screen till the heart bar gets full. Share out the live with your friends and family. Also repost, add to your story. Why does it do this every time I start now? YouTube has been weird lately. I'm trying to hold. First and foremost, I have to go over there and make sure I'm not having sound issues because that's a new thing now. At the beginning of every single live, that's a whole new thing that gets going. So let me double check some stuff. In fact, I'm going to play some tunes while I do it. No, never mind. I can't because now I'm live on YouTube. All right, let me double check YouTube here, make sure everything's straight. Because that's been weird with the sound. And let me double check some stuff. In fact, I'm going to play some tunes. We're good. YouTube is good. Fantastic. 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 YouTube is good. I almost thought that was going to be an every live thing. That was going to annoy the hell out of me. But welcome into the show, Defend the Indefensible. This is episode 70, where Trump supporters come up and do what they do best. If you are a Trump supporter is growing more and more tired of this administration and the actions of it, the rhetoric, especially with the whistleblowers lately, we're going to get into some of them in a moment. This live is for you. This live is a safe space for you to call in or request up and share your positions on exactly what made you get up off the MAGA plantation. I want to know what it was. I want to know if it was the Epstein files. The Epstein files is a big one for many people. I want to know if it was his unconstitutional tariffs that unjustly jacked up your prices, and while the corporations are getting a payout, you are not. I want to know if it's the fact that you realized that your food costs and your job market has not increased since Donald Trump's mass deportation agenda has been implemented, which you would think would have been one of the, the highlights of the administration at this point. But instead, it seems like the economy is not doing as well as he advertised. There was actually a compilation that I was able to pull up here on the tube that someone sent me of Donald Trump on the campaign trail in 2024, where he said 12 months from now. So this was going from whenever he was talking on the campaign trail. We'll specifically say November of 2024 when he won. November of 2024, he said 12 months from now, I'm going to have your energy prices cut by 50%. 50% was his words. He was going to have these energy prices cut. And now we are December, January, February, March, April, May. 6 months, 18 months specifically, 18 months into his administration, and energy costs are up, in part because of the AI data centers that they're building around some of these communities where you and I are footing the bill versus that actual corporation. So I'm just very curious as to where the promises made, promises kept rhetoric is going. Because first and foremost, I can be fair. Donald Trump runs off a bunch of things. Our politicians in general run off a bunch of things. Some are more so promises or commitments to things that they're going to attempt to do. But Donald Trump spoke in absolutes. I'm going to, this is going to happen, so on and so forth. And now here we are. So I'm very fascinated. In regards to the whistleblowers that we were referencing, Marjorie Taylor Greene had some choice words to say at a recent event, and never thought I'd sit here and say that I agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Actually, correction, I take that back. Marjorie Taylor Greene has been agreeing with us. It's very different. In any case, we have our first person in the guest box, so let's get the show on the road. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Dare, did you vote for Trump?
No, but we do need to unalive him. I voted for Miss Harris.
Okay.
And our 10...
You take that somewhere else. How about that? You can join the likes of Thomas Matthew Crooks. I forgot the name of the other one. And the individual allegedly in the recent White House correspondent dinner. You can go and you can take your best shot. Maybe you won't miss. Maybe you won't miss. I'm good. I'm good on that. I agree, but don't bring that. Yeah, don't bring that here. You're not going to put me on a watch list. What are we talking about? You are not about to put me on a watch list, bro. I'm just a lowly political commentator. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Haven't we spoke to this Romo guy before? I refuse. Not today. We've spoken to this guy twice before. It's the same talking point. It's the same talking point. Allow Donald Trump to finish the job in Iran before Iran becomes a 20% oil super. I forgot the word that he used. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. Yeah, we are starting off the live crazy, Lotus. Absolutely diabolical. It is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you, Sean, for knocking out the gift goals. Continue to do that and tap the screen till the hard bar gets full. Send your daily heart music. Repost the live, share it, add it to your stories. Let's do all the good things. Big W's to you guys for clearing out the gift gallery yesterday because we are good on that.
How are you doing?
Pat, did you vote for Donald Trump?
God, no, I have a brain.
Okay.
If you vote for Trump.
So, I'm going to only say this once. I'm going to say it nicely. Trump supporters and only Trump supporters request up in the box. I don't do echo chambers over here. If we typically have friendly times, it's near the end of the stream or individuals who are subscribed to the platform because they have a perk mano a mano that they can cash in and use. Other than that, we just try to talk to the opposing side. If you guys want to listen to liberals talk every day, go watch CNN, MS Now, and all these other platforms. We're trying to speak to the opposing side. Yes, guys, make sure you guys are reposting the live. Hegemony. Thank you so much, Subu. Thank you. Hegemony. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. Yeah. You fools already tried to jail Trump. Yeah. And we would have been successful too if it wasn't for the Senate. Friendly reminder, it was only the Senate twice that held up his impeachment trials. And then it was only because he was a sitting president why he got an unconditional discharge in regards to his counts of felony. But friendly reminder, he is a convicted felon, and he was sentenced. We have a sitting, sentenced, convicted felon as the president of the United States. What is happening here? Oh, I got you. Been saying hegemony? Yeah. Mandatory MAGA vasectomies. Think about it. Listen, I can be fair. Mandatory vasectomies for all men until we get this women's bodily autonomy thing situated. Because y'all are tripping. And by y'all, I mean 77 million people and their representatives. They are tripping. Absolutely tripping. That is also not a flex. Exactly. Exactly. You know what Joe Biden did not have under his belt? None of us are going around saying, y'all tried to jail Joe Biden and failed. That's not a flex. One, why are we advocating for a president who had so many things under his belt that he could have been jailed or people were advocating to jail him? Like, what? What are we doing? What are we doing? Thank you guys for knocking that gift goal out. I appreciate you. What are we actually doing? Make it make sense. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip for you guys from Marjorie Taylor Greene. And it was regards to the island man, because it seems like a lot of people are not talking about that anymore. I find it to be fascinating. It seems like a lot of people has completely given up on the Island Man files. Let me get this stream up here. Marjorie Taylor Greene, bro. I'm out here agreeing with her. Or she's out here agreeing with us. I don't know. It's almost as if, and this is also another big issue with our politics. We can put this on Marjorie. We can put this on any Democrat. Why is it that when you guys are on your way out the door is when you start to become a lot more transparent? You start to be a lot more honest about your positions. And to my knowledge, Marjorie Taylor Greene never took AIPAC money. Like, I want to say Marjorie never took AIPAC money. She wasn't a... Let me double check that, actually. But to my knowledge, Marjorie Taylor Greene never took AIPAC. Marjorie Taylor Greene take AIPAC money. And skirt church on AIPAC. And skirt shade green. As it blaze. AIPAC unleash funding. Never received any donations from pro-Israel. Yeah. Yeah. Never. Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't one of the people on that list to take AIPAC money. Let me put this up on the screen and let's play this clip. The point is, you had no reason whatsoever to wait this long to start being this honest. Quite frankly, I don't think it's a redeeming piece of information she's sharing, but I digress. Let me refresh this here.
He told everybody, don't really.
Hold on. Is this? It's snowing in Denver? Dang.
We started talking about releasing the Epstein files. I'm like, this is a no-brainer. President Trump will just roll them out on a big cart himself. Stacks and stacks and stacks of the Epstein files, because obviously Bill Clinton is all in there and Hillary Clinton. That's what I had been told all along, right? Well, it was the most shocking thing when I sat in a conference meeting and I learned that the president didn't want to release the Epstein files. I was like, what? Yeah, come to find out, he was very much against it. So we kept on trying and kept on talking about it. And then the president told Mike Johnson, no, do not bring that resolution to the floor for a vote. He told the Rules Committee, and Johnson told the Rules Committee, no, you will not mark up any bill in the Rules Committee that will allow the Epstein files to be released. And the resistance built and built and built. He told Pam Bondi, don't release the Epstein files. He told everybody, don't release the Epstein files. So we persisted, because that's what we promised. That's what we campaigned on, transparency and accountability, especially to pedophiles. How is that complicated? So it got to be such a gigantic amount of resistance coming from the president and the speaker and everyone, the DOJ. I said, fine, I'll do the unthinkable. I'll go over there and I'll sign my name on a discharge petition that all the Democrats are signing their name on. Talk about crossing the aisle. Me, a general in the MAGA army, crossing over to sign my name with a bunch of Democrats. Yeah, I did. Because women were raped when they were 16 and 14 years old. And he was a convicted pedophile, and we knew there were many with him.
TikTok shop's the best shop.
So I signed my name on the discharge petition. Oh, did I get my name on the naughty list then? Let me tell you. That became a real issue at the White House. Well, I'll never forget it. I was in my office in the Rayburn building, and I got a phone call from the president. And he was at the White House, and he wanted to talk to me about the discharge petition that I'd signed my name on. And he said, Marjorie, you're going to have to take your name off that discharge petition. We can't let, this is a hoax. We can't carry this. This is a hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. And we've got to just put this away and stop doing this. And he said, my friends are going to get hurt. He said his friends would get hurt if we released the Epstein files. He said, Marjorie, these are good people. These are people you know at Mar-a-Lago. People in Palm Beach. When we started talking about releasing the Epstein files.
Now, some of that we know for certain is true, because some of those things are Donald Trump's own words. Donald Trump's own words. There's good people who would get hurt. Donald Trump's own words. There's a lot of phony stuff in there. Donald Trump's own words. It's a Democratic hoax. Well, he signed that Democratic hoax into law. So I thought that was fascinating. The rest is going to be highly disputed, I imagine, amongst the MAGA base. I do find it interesting that when Marjorie Taylor Greene starts to share these positions, it seems like a large group of the base, the MAGA base, stops liking her. They loved her when she slurped up Trump. They loved her when she was talking about Jewish space lasers. She was really fine in that regard. And then she starts being a little bit more outspoken. Then she goes across the aisle, as Republicans should do, for the protection of minors who were victimized by Island Man and his associates. She goes across the aisle. She signs the discharge petition, because recall, Republicans, Mike Johnson and the rest, in the previous bill that was put up forward, they refuse to put it to a vote. So it had to be forced. They had to force Republicans to get it to a vote. And then it passed the House unanimously in the Senate. And Donald Trump was a little pissy about that. Now tell me why an innocent man, better yet, this is what I find interesting about those statements. Say if you're a Republican right now and you believe that Donald Trump is innocent, that he did not do anything with young girls, he's in no way, shape, or form implicated with Epstein outside of being friends with him. Say you're to believe that. He would still be protecting other people, aka, according to Marjorie Taylor Greene, some of his friends. So Donald Trump is an accessory to these crimes. If you didn't do it, you're protecting people who did. And those people, Republicans, MAGA, are on both sides of the aisle. God bless you. Thank you so much, Sweets, for the chirpy kisses. I appreciate you. They're on both sides of the aisle. So I think this is one thing, or I would have thought, I used to believe, that the Island Man files was the one thing that we can universally agree on that needs to be released, that needs to be damning for any person who was associated with him and implicated in messing with young girls. But instead, Donald Trump came out and said it's a hoax, and Republicans believed him. Republicans believed him. And here we are. I believe we're up to 120 something days, or is it 30 now? Thank you so much for the fist bump. I appreciate you. Look at TikTok trying to be inclusive. They made sure one of the hands were black. Thank you, Dean, for the fist bump. I appreciate you. Look at TikTok trying to be inclusive. That made a GOP person mad somewhere. That made him mad somewhere. There is no evidence. Yeah, I would argue the birthday card, the fact that he lied about his association, the propaganda spread about him being the person to turn in Epstein to detract from the fact that his name was, I believe his name was mentioned in the files. God bless you. How much times was it, guys? I don't remember the exact number on it. A ton of times, because Obama's name was in there over 1,800 times. God bless you. President of the United States. They were referencing political events. And Island Man was in there quite a bit. Thank you so much, Jane, for real, for the gamer levels. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Shauna. Make it make sense. I know it was tens of thousands, yes. Several times. And not just because he was Trump, not because of their beefs. God bless you. There was that one letter that we read about the dirt on him. The other allegation made by the young lady that he, trigger warning, guys. He had a tendency to want to suck on a certain part of a melon until the Hershey's Kiss on it was red and sore. Yeah. Really fucking gross shit. Really gross shit. Sasha Riley interview. I still haven't seen that. More mentions than Jesus in the Bible that amount of times? I did hear that. Is that true? Damn. That's actually crazy. It's actually pretty crazy. Any case, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. God bless you. Thank you so much, Jane. If you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is a safe space for you to come up here and express what exactly got you up off the MAGA plantation. We will do so with minimal judgment. And if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, you still stand on this administration's efforts to make America great. You still think he's doing a fantastic job. You think the war in Iran is necessary. You think he's tackling waste, fraud, and abuse. That's the video that I uploaded today of the one guest who mentioned it. You can request up in the box as well. I can give you several reasons as to exactly why you should regret your vote. Or call in the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Yeah. That's one of the craziest things talking about Donald Trump to me is how many things is not rhetoric. And what I mean by that is obviously when you're on this side of the aisle, you have a bias, right? But we don't speak from biased positions. We speak from the fact that Donald Trump said this stupid thing. He said this atrocious thing. He did this actual thing. And we would present what he actually said and did. And then they go, well, you're taking it out of context. I don't know how I take grab him by the ussy out of context. What context do you need for that? To say that it wasn't gross. I don't know how we would take immigrants are poisoning the blood of this nation out of context. What are we doing? I don't know how to take Kamala Harris just happened to turn black out of context. I would say it's self-explanatory. Yeah, there is no way to take it out of context. Jamie Raskin said Trump mentioned 1 million times in the unredacted files. Let me see. And Trump's mention Epstein files. Let's find out. Based on statements made in February 26, everybody's claimed Donald Trump needed more times, blah, blah, asking the party to engage in cover to prevent Trump. Your independent search for Trump Don yielded over 1 million results. Yeah. Here's the problem with this. She specifically said there was keywords mentioned: Don T, Trump, and Donald, in which case 1 million hits come up. I'm curious to how many of those hits are associated with the allegations made. We expected the hits, right? We several prominent officials have hits in the files. I'm curious as to how many of those hits are related to Epstein and young girls. That's what I really want to know. But yeah, his mention in the million, it can only be maybe 30, 50,000 that's specifically related to young women. So that's what I'm more so curious about. That's the important part. Reason MJ is deceased because of Jeff. I haven't heard anything about that. I have no idea. Trump said in the past, America needs immigrants because Americans are underperforming in most areas. I don't know if that was an exact quote, but I remember some comments. Because this was the initial controversy. I remember initially they had this whole like MAGA infighting about Elon Musk and Donald Trump talking about ramping up H-1B visas to get people working in. And these mofos were going back and forth on the fact that Americans just are too stupid to do the jobs. They don't have the education or qualifications after running off of America first. I remember a bunch of people being pissed about that. God bless you. Grandma, I don't think you meant to request that, but I think you're just tapping. Let me double check. It says you're a follower. Thank you, Mary, for the music burst. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Grandma, did you mean to request that?
No.
I got you. No problem.
No.
Yeah, I figured. I saw you were following me. But you never know. Every now and then I'll have a Trump supporter in the request, and I'll see followers, so I assume that they're not a Trump supporter, and then I'll say, you a Trump supporter? Like, yeah. And I always ask, why are you following me? Now, obviously, I guess there's some credit I can give you for being on that side of the aisle and choosing to follow or subscribe to someone like me. But it does baffle me. It does baffle me because, for one, especially if you're a staunch Trump supporter, it's one thing to be a Republican. I get along with Republicans. I can get along with Republicans, no problem. But if you're like MAGA, you are vastly different from the Republican base. You are vastly different from where I lean. So I don't know why a MAGA would follow me. I really don't. Unless it's literally just to debate me and get cooked every day. That part doesn't track well for me. In the slightest. A pretty face. Best I can think of. A lot of them are gay. I can see it. You guys are doing good on the taps, though. Continue to double tap that screen. Let's get the likes up to 100K and beyond. Send your daily heart me's if you have not already. Repost, add to your story. We're going up on the 30-minute mark. And there are just chirpers. Literally just chirpers. My fingies can only tap so fast. Listen, if you're doing your best, you're doing your best. I only expect you to do your best. I think what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to find this event. Yeah, I'm going to find this event with Marjorie. And we might as well go through it. Honestly, we might as well go through the whole thing. What event has Marjorie spoken at recently? I guess if I do it, I'll have to put it up on YouTube too, so you guys can see it. I can do that if we get it going. Let's see. I believe it's the Ron Paul Institute Conference. Let's find it. I'm going to find us, and we will just go through that. Ron Paul Conference. Let's go about this here. Do you have an HD of your backup pic? No, I do not. Blueprint for Peace. I'm looking for the recent one. And then let's do Marjorie. Let's see what we got. 37 minutes. What do you say, y'all? What do you say, y'all? Do we watch it? Do we watch it while we're waiting on Trump supporters? 37 minutes of Marjorie Taylor Greene telling all. I say we do it. I say we do it. Before I get into that, make sure we're doing all the things. Share out the live with your friends and family, guys. Repost, add to your story. Obviously, knock out the gift goals. And check out the links in the bio for the best ways to support the platform. Whether you're following me on all the social medias, such as Instagram, where I post my videos I put up here, and YouTube that I do stream to right now. Join the Discord community, to which we're over 700 members strong. Going to the shop and getting yourself some merchandise at hectorshops.com with 2 R's, or donating directly to the links in the bio. Some people, have been having repost issues. I've noticed throughout a few lives, they've been having repost issues. So I'm not sure what that's about. Any case, links in the bio to do all the good things if you want to donate directly. Those of you over on the YouTube side, you can hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, turn on notification bells. If you'd like to support, you may check the link in the description of this live stream, or send a super chat or a super sticker. I'm going to put this up for both of you so you both can watch it. Let me get through the ad here. All right, I'm gonna put it up.
God bless you.
I'm gonna put it up. Thank you, Rachel, for the DJ wave. WC Rachel, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let me put this up for y'all, and I'm gonna do it for OBS so they can see as well. Y'all let me know if you're having any sound issues over on the tube side, because it's been weird. I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Let's do screen capture. Chrome. Or should I just do application? That'll make it easier, actually. Yeah. I'll do application. Let's do Dell. Chrome. All right. I am adjusting it, and we will get this show started. Just want to say, friendly reminder that Marjorie Taylor Greene is still a GOP person. She's just slightly more sane than she used to be. She is just slightly more sane than she used to be. Make no mistake, she's still a nut. I'm just saying. So we're going to hear a lot of nut things. She's going to talk some shit about Democrats. Some of it's going to be justified. Let's be fair. But she's still a nut. Where can I put this? I'll put it right here. Yeah, that should be good for you guys. That should be good for you guys, YouTube. I'm going to crop it out for here as well. Let's go through. Report. Okay. Gucci. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put it right there. Alrighty. Let's get this show on the road.
Well, I'm super excited about our next speaker. I'm going to say it, Ms. Greene. I was bothering her for months. I was DMing her. I was doing everything I could to try to get her, because I've been fascinated. A lot of America has been fascinated by her trajectory, and she exhibits something that's rare in politics these days, and we've only seen it a few times. We saw it from Walter Jones during the Iraq War, where he was enthusiastically in favor of the war until he changed his mind after seeing the consequences of the war. There have been a few other people like this, but it is rare. In politics, you're rewarded by doggedly sticking to your one position and not moving. But Ms. Taylor Greene was a critical, I would say, soldier in the MAGA army. And she's looked around and she is questioning things. She's saying things that you just don't say in politics. And she is an absolutely fearless woman. And we love fearless people. So we can't wait to hear from Ms. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Thank you so much. And Daniel, it's so nice to meet you today. And I have to tell you, I was talking with my fiance, Brian, this morning about my speech to you all today. And I said to Brian, I said, you know, Brian, I've talked in front of, well, tens of thousands of people at Trump rallies. I've spoken on television so many times. I've given countless campaign speeches, but I'm actually intimidated to speak to this group today.
Let's see.
Call from.
Caller, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump? Okay. That was weird. Let's get back to it.
And I'll confess to you why. You guys are the smartest Americans. You had it figured out way before me. So God bless all of you and thank you. Well, now that I have figured it out, I know I'm a little late to the party. I'd like to talk to you about what we are all facing. So just to give you a little bit of information about me, I ran for Congress in 2020 as a candidate that had never held any political elected position in my life. I'd never served in the state house, state senate. I had never been to a GOP meeting before until I walked into one and declared myself a candidate for Congress. And I know you're probably glad I'd never been to it.
Call from.
Randy.
Randy, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And do you regret your vote?
No, I don't.
Why is that?
Yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's not surprising to me that the best you guys have to offer are trolls because your president is failing you. But unfortunately, his failure doesn't give you guys a sense of humor.
A GOP meeting.
A good one.
So that tells you I was a true outsider, but I was also a believer in the words that Donald Trump had sold to America. And I believed in his words and his vision for Make America Great Again because we were all victims of the failures of the two-party system. You see, it's the failure.
Call from.
Lewis.
Lewis, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, sir, I did.
Do you regret your vote?
No, sir.
Why is that?
Because Trump has done what I asked for.
He's what now?
He's done what I asked for.
And what is that?
You know, I wanted a actual, crackdown on, Maduro and, these crazy South American voodoo dictator type people. And he did that.
So you voted in a dictator to get rid of a dictator?
How is he a dictator?
Simple. Donald Trump meets all 14 tenets of fascism. Donald Trump bragged about wanting to be a dictator only for a day and has instituted very much some similar policies, maybe not to the same extent, as the likes of Maduro on his own people.
Isn't Maduro a communist?
I don't know what that has to do with anything I just said.
You said he was like Maduro, and Maduro's a communist, so is Donald Trump a communist?
I wasn't saying he was like Maduro in terms of his ideology of communism.
Yeah, and Maduro has
Capitalism is
a
irrelevant.
communist ideology, so is Donald Trump a communist?
Communism is a stateless, classless, moneyless society. You can look across the world and look at places that we associate with communism, but there's never been a true form of it instituted in the United States. Regardless of that, Donald Trump is not a communist, and he still very much terrorizes Americans.
How does he terrorize Americans? Give me one example.
Simple. Weaponizing ICE against American civilians is one of the ways. Directing agencies that go against demographics of people that he deems to be falsifying their identity, whether it's taking away their 2A rights or saying that they're responsible for shootings that they weren't, calling entire demographics of the left the enemy within, government officials who told military people that you should not follow unlawful orders. He reposted things such as calling them seditionists and hanged them George Washington would.
Well, I mean, like, weaponizing ICE, I mean, isn't ICE just deporting illegal immigrants? I don't get what the issue is.
ICE has been killing American civilians as well, also detaining them and almost subjecting some to wrongful deportation.
What do you mean killing Americans? Name one American they killed.
Keith Porter Jr., Renee Nicole Good, Alex Preddy, Ramirez, something Ramirez. It's been a few. Not to mention the individuals who have died in detainment because they didn't get the proper care that they needed.
Renee Nicole Good? I mean, didn't she, like, run over an ICE officer, allegedly?
No.
Apparently. Why didn't she get out of her car then? She was being detained.
She was not being detained. Even if she was, ICE had no reason to detain her because she was not impeding on their operation.
She was impeding.
I want to point out that you said, who is ICE killed? And when I mentioned the person, it sounds like you're now trying to argue with me the circumstances surrounding Renee Nicole Good. So you're well aware of the fact that ICE has been killing Americans, and now you're contesting that they would have deserved to be killed. Let me guess. You believe that Jonathan Ross was acting in self-defense.
Failures of the Democrat and the Republican parties that left many Americans like myself vulnerable and so eager for the promises of Donald Trump and MAGA. You see, back in 2016, when I truly supported Donald Trump, I was a mom raising my children. I own a family construction business, so I work for myself, running the company that I grew up in with my parents. And I looked at the national debt, always completely confused and angered by it, because I knew my own construction company would fail if I ran it the way Congress and the Senate and the presidents, how they passed budgets that no one can afford, and they put us further and further in debt. And I was angered at the fact that so many people that I knew from my generation, I'm 51 years old, so I'm Gen X, so many people I knew from my generation had been sent constantly over to the Middle East. My father was a combat veteran from Vietnam, and I had many uncles and cousins that served in the military, but they never once fought a war that defended our homeland. None of them. And we all paid for it. So I ran for Congress believing in this concept of Make America Great Again, and to me that meant our businesses. To me, that meant how our tax dollars are spent. And to me, that meant for our own families and our future and for our country. I'm also a great believer in state rights. And I believe that the federal government has grown into, it started out as a cute little puppy back in 1776, one that was so lovable. But over these years, it's grown into a giant monster that eats all the food in your kitchen and your pantry, goes to the bathroom all over your house, chews up your sofa cushions, and basically destroys your home. That's what our federal government is. And so when I say, and I tell you this, Dr. Paul, for real, I went to Congress as the most naive member of Congress that probably has ever existed, because I truly naively believed it could be fixed. And I carried that passion with me and tried so hard. So I spent 4 years, my first 2 years in Congress was under Nancy Pelosi. I survived. Thank you. My second 2 years in Congress was under Republican leadership. We controlled the House. And let me say again, I survived. I voted no to pretty much all of our Republican bills, which is hard to do, but we have the great Dr. Paul here that's famous for that. Thank you, Dr. Paul. My best friend in the House became Thomas Massey.
That's hilarious for so many reasons. I just want to say this new movement of I tried the politics thing and now I think none of it works and the system's too corrupt after I utilized it to make it worse is really getting under my skin. I'm not going to lie. It's really getting under my skin to see this growing number of people who voted in the mess, supported the mess, was side by side with the mess, made the mess worse, and then you want to go, nah, it's all screwed. It's too screwed up. You're the reason it's screwed up, or even more screwed up than it was before. It's you. You're the problem. And now you're trying to fall back, either, well, she lost her seat to be fair, but either by not participating in politics again, grifting off of this shit, or not voting for the alternative to the mess. Fuck you. You're the problem. You're the reason it's getting worse. Don't try to pull this whole system doesn't work thing when the system worked very well for you when you were in it. Don't do that.
Yes. And I'm sure you're already supporting his campaign. And if you're not, please support him. He's in a great battle. And then during these 4 years, I spent millions of dollars of my own campaign dollars traveling the country campaigning for Donald Trump. Not only that, I also donated all of my dues. I paid all of my dues as a member of Congress to the NRCC, believing that I had to support my party, believing that I had to support Republicans getting elected. And so when you talk about someone that fought on the front lines of MAGA, I wasn't just a fighter. I was a general. I spoke all over the country for President Trump. I stood on rally stage after rally stage. As a matter of fact, I spoke at Lindsey Graham's home county. I spoke just before Lindsey Graham, and I said how I had never voted to send a single penny of yours to Ukraine to fund the Ukraine war. And I spoke against it. And then Lindsey Graham came out on the stage after me and proceeded to get booed for 7 minutes straight.
Right now, I'm a RT technician, certified in PT, MT, UT thickness, and VT.
That was a great day. But now Donald Trump endorses Lindsey Graham. So after we got the president elected, and after what seemed to be setting our country on the right course, we had Donald Trump, J.D. Vance in the White House. That's where they are now. Republicans took control of the House, and Republicans were in the majority in the Senate. I thought for sure we were about to accomplish the great campaign promises that we made to the American people for years. The campaign promises of no more foreign wars and no more regime change. The campaign promises of bringing back American innovation and industry and small businesses. The campaign promises of dismantling the Board of Education. The campaign promises of finally holding the deep state accountable, locking up he's not a doctor, Anthony Fauci. Right? Holding accountable the J6 committee that destroyed people's lives.
Huh?
Holding accountable the U.S. Attorney Matthew Graves.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Holding accountable the committee that held Trump and 1,600 people who stormed the Capitol accountable for the destruction, the harm they caused over 40 cops. You're talking about holding the committee that was holding the criminals accountable, and you don't got nothing to say about the criminals. Does Marjorie Taylor Greene still believe the 2020 election was, festival was stolen? I guess she would. I guess she just wouldn't care anymore. How diabolical. This. What's up, Ari?
That horrifically prosecuted people that walked in the Capitol on January 6th and destroyed their lives is responsible for multiple suicides, holding responsible for the bad guys
care
that
about
Donald
suicide
Trump
now?
told us about constantly for years and years of Russiagate and all these other things, but the deep state, stopping FISA 702, spying on Americans, you know, the good stuff, right? All the things that Republicans had campaigned on, the things that they were asked about.
I'm not saying your name. Background. Listen, the suicide she just referenced there wasn't in regards to one of the officers who was there that day. That was in regards to the other people, the people who stormed it. She didn't give a fuck about the officer and his suicide after the events of January 6, 2021. Jesus.
Out and talked about on Fox News 24/7. The things you read about in email fundraising letters that you received, text messages, and on and on and on. I thought, okay, we're about to do this. I was so excited. I was probably the most excited. I was so excited. I wore MAGA hats on the House floor. That's how excited I was. Things were going pretty good the first quarter of 2025. We were making some momentum. I had finally seen some of my Republican colleagues in the House have more courage than I'd ever seen them have. It was really funny to me. I was quite amazed that every single Republican I served with who actually hated Donald Trump and used to tell me to their face they hated him were all of a sudden coming up to me, showing me proudly their MAGA hats that he had signed and the great gigantic coin that the president had given them, because Donald Trump has everything bigger and shinier and more gold than anybody else. So his challenge coins were the biggest. So I watched this drastic change among House Republicans. And then in 2025, the first quarter, we were actually doing it. We were passing some legislation that needed to be passed. There was much hope going forward. But then all of a sudden, the momentum slowed down. And as we approached going into the spring and the summer, we started getting some bills that we were being asked to vote on. One of them was called the Genius Act, and the other was the Clarity Act. And these were brought forth by the crypto industry. And I had a problem with the Genius Act because it had some vague language in there. Dr. Paul, you know how this goes. They put in these nasty little poison pills and all types of avenues to create bigger problems for the future. And the Genius Act basically laid out a back door for a central bank digital currency. Well, that was something I could never vote for, because we never want to give our government the power to create the ability to control how you spend or don't spend your money. Well, this is something that the Prime Minister of India had spoken to us in Congress about. They love digital currency there. And as a matter of fact, he bragged and bragged to all of us in the House of Representatives on how they were able to use it, how they could pay their citizens when they needed to pay them, how they could charge their citizens, like for taxes, when they needed to collect taxes. And when I saw a Republican-sponsored bill that the president was publicly supporting on Truth Social and in his speeches, that the Congress must pass it to regulate and set up the system for crypto, I was concerned. And so I said, when they asked me where I was, when they were whipping my vote, I said, I'm a no. I can't vote for that. Well, I found myself in the principal's office and sitting in a chair directly in front of the Resolute desk in the Oval Office. So naturally, I went to the White House that day saying hi to all my friends. Hi, hey, saw you at the rally 6 months ago. Oh, it's so good to see you. We should have dinner. I'm walking in the White House among everyone that I knew and was friends with to go talk to, of course, my good friend Donald Trump, who had helped become president. And so I sit down in front of the desk thinking that this should go fine. And of course, the president's going to understand where I'm coming from. And naturally, he's going to agree with me that we can't have a central bank digital currency. And of course, he's going to direct everyone in the room, especially the speaker, that you've got to change this bill, Mike Johnson. Boy, was I wrong. That meeting didn't go as well as I thought. As a matter of fact, it went pretty bad, where I ended up being the one that got yelled at the whole time. I got lectured the most, and I walked out of there pretty surprised. However, when I walked out, I did something that's uncommon. And there's Dr. Paul in the room that had the courage and the integrity in his career to do the same. I walked out of the White House and my vote was still no. And that's important.
Thank you for your interest in retro fitness. Franchising can be an incredible investment opportunity. And at Retro...
Really quickly, continue to double tap the screen, guys. Continue to double tap the screen. Do all the things. Algo's being funky, so be it. We're here for a good time. But do all the good things. Share out the lives. Links in the bio. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Exactly, Amaris. Do all the good things.
Now, you see, today we're in a time where many Americans are realizing MAGA is dead. But MAGA died actually quite some time ago. It really did. MAGA was built by Donald Trump. Make America Great Again was such a dream for so many Americans, and it was sold for years and years, and an industry was created around it, an entire political industry and an economic. It's an entire economy. At rallies, there's companies that sell t-shirts and hats. These little businesses, these small business owners follow Donald Trump all over the country and sell their goods to all the MAGA faithful that go to the rallies. There's also companies online that sell all types of Trump gear, MAGA, you name it, coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts, pajamas. I mean, maybe some of you in this room have some of that stuff. You've probably thrown it out by now if you did, but it was available to buy in every way. There's Trump Bibles, there's Trump watches. I don't know, there's Trump everything. But think.
That reminded me of something. It's for a video that I meant to put out, but I forgot to do it. So let's talk about the Trump Bibles, because there's some there's some new editions out here. If you go to godblesstheusabible.com, oh, hold on, I'll have to expand it. If you go to godblesstheusa.com, you'll see a couple versions. You're not going to see everyone on the screen. I'm not fixing it. So there's that brown one that you see, and there's the one to the left. This is the presidential edition. So he won this one, or made this one after he won the presidency. And there's a few others here that we'll get back to in a second.
Call from
Bill.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Bill, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Hell no, he's a racist. Why would I vote for him?
Good job. So there's that one, and then there's another one, First Lady edition. There's a whole nother one, the Vice Presidential edition. So they got one for the First Lady, they got one for JD Vance. There's a Platinum edition. I don't know what that means. I guess it's just color. A Golden Age edition, the Inauguration Day edition, Veterans edition. Oh, view all. There's more. Pink and Gold edition, Camo edition, President Donald J. Trump's signature edition. Did he sign this shit? Because this one's selling for $1,000 fucking dollars. The Patriot edition is the. Hold on. I have to show you guys this now. I'll expand it.
God bless you.
I'll expand it. The Patriot edition, if you guys see there on the far right, the Patriot edition that you see there, I want you to take a good look at that one. All right, I'm just turning off this line. Is the Veteran edition. The Patriot edition is basically the Veterans edition. So the only difference is the wording here. Veterans Edition says, honoring the brave men and women who have defended the freedom of the United States of America. God bless the USA. And then the Patriot Edition says, we are one people united by a common destiny and a shared purpose to love one another and the United States of America. They're the same shit. Basically, the different editions just have slightly different words on them. This one here, Inauguration Day Edition, 47th President of the United States of America, Inauguration Day Edition, January 20th, 2025. This other one says, The Day God Intervened Edition, 45th President of the United States of America, The Day God Intervened, July 13th, 2024. What the fuck what does that mean? Gold Edition, yeah. Just a big fat grift. The reason why I was looking at Trump Bibles, is because I can't spoil, but something particular happened in a recent episode of The Boys, and it was super duper funny and related to it, and I meant to make a video on it. I still may. Anyways, let's get back to it. She loved her merch, by the way, before this stuff happened.
Think about that, an entire industry created on MAGA, but I watched it die because when you're a member of Congress, we have a unique view that the American people don't have. It's like riding a roller coaster. You know when you ride a roller coaster and if you're in the front car, you are strapped in and you have the front row seat of everything that's coming on the roller coaster ride.
I did not see that about the Trump
When
phones.
you're
That's
climbing up the hill
phones,
and you're
Patriot
climbing
Mobile.
slowly up the hill, you can see when you're getting to the top. But
Make sure you
the
follow the
people
backup.
behind you, they can't see it yet. Well, that's how I felt being a member of Congress, being such an integral piece of MAGA, being personal friends with the president, personal friends with the administration, and personal friends with all of the people that got us there. So as a member of Congress, I had a front row view of the bills and the president's support of the bills and the policies that actually destroyed MAGA. You see, MAGA went from being words and promises, but when it came time to put it into real action, the actions is what killed it.
Oh no! MAGA? Are you saying, Marjorie, that MAGA was just vibes and fifis and rhetoric? Are you saying MAGA was just a hoax? What? You know what would have been crazy, Marjorie Taylor Greene? If there were people where there's 70, what was it? What was the popular vote in 2016? 75? I don't remember specifically. Whatever happened, whoever the fuck voted for the other side, and hell, even third party, we could count them. In 2016, the 81 million people, including the third party people in 2020, and then the 75 million people, including whoever voted third party in 2024, who voted for everything but that movement because we said it came from a grifter and a pathological liar and a rapist and a fraudster and now a felon. If only there were warnings. If only there were signs. I don't know, man. I don't know. Wouldn't that be crazy?
And do you want to know who took the actions to kill MAGA? It was the creator and the founder himself, Donald Trump. How did it happen? It started with the back door to a central bank digital currency. And then when we campaigned on lowering inflation and reducing gas prices and caring about domestic issues that matter to Americans, the White House front door became a revolving door to foreign leaders, not to Americans. and not to industry leaders and those involved in working on the domestic solutions that Americans needed.
W's in the chat to Miss Donna for the $2 Cash App. That's blasphemy, not my list. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I almost bought a Trump Bible. Not for the reasons you think. It's me we're talking about. I almost bought a Trump Bible so that I can resell it later for hundreds of bucks. That's the only reason I almost bought a Trump Bible. One of the special editions too, before they were like whatever, 1,000 for that one. I almost bought Trump Bibles just to resell them at a later date. Like, can you imagine how much those Bibles were going for? Specifically the ones that was like sold out on November the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. Man, if I didn't have some form of a moral compass. W's in the chat to you, Miss Donna. Thank you so much for your $2. I appreciate your support. Guys, anyone else wants to support the platform, you may do so with the links in the bio, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. If you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker.
No, it became a place of foreign policy. The next thing that happened was bombing Iran. I openly and spoke publicly against it. And that's...
I'm sorry. I'm going to get a laugh at this forever because she's only specifically mentioning 2025 stuff. Well, we can go over his first administration stuff and even Reddick up until he ran in 2024. But I digress. Whatever. It took Iran. We're going to ignore everything that happened before Iran in between there. Okay. No problem.
That's when strike two happened for me. The president was mad at me. How dare I criticize him? After all, he wants the Nobel Peace Prize, and he wants it by bombing Iran. How can I point out that hypocrisy, Marjorie? No. Don't criticize the president. Don't be a panikin. Trust Trump, right? Well, I spoke out, but there were others that spoke out. Charlie Kirk spoke out, and he spoke out quite bravely. Tucker Carlson spoke out bravely, and others, few others, not many of us, but a few. Well, then the 12-day war was finished, and they got to come out and do their victory rounds on Fox News and say how, oh, see, it didn't turn into a forever war. Oh, look, we bombed them and we wiped out their entire nuclear capabilities. We wiped out all their military capabilities. It's over. And that's why Donald Trump should have the Nobel Peace Prize. My goodness, it was so silly. Well, as this was going on, I was watching spending bill and CR and all this disgusting things that happen in the House of Representatives. No real change. In Congress, I would co-sponsor the balanced budget resolution, and I would co-sponsor all the conservative bills. Then magically, guess what? No matter who is Speaker of the House, those bills never come to the floor for a vote. Well, talking about another resolution that got blocked more than any other resolution I've ever seen.
I just want to say, if people hate this take, or some people hate this take, I don't care. I truly believe even some of the things that she cares about, more of those bills that establishment Democrats and Republicans never want to see or vote on, would absolutely be at the priority of AOC if she was the House Speaker. That is why I want AOC as the House Speaker. Shit that we've been talking about for years that never gets to the House, AOC would make sure it gets to the House. So at least we have a record on the shit that both sides would be voting against. AOC for House Speaker, bro. I know everybody wants her as the president. I want her as the House Speaker. We get so much shit done in the legislative branch. So much shit done.
It was to release the Epstein files. So, wow. When we started talking about releasing the Epstein files, I'm like, this is a no-brainer. President Trump will just roll them out on a big cart himself. Stacks and stacks and stacks of the Epstein files, because obviously Bill Clinton is all in there. And Hillary Clinton. That's what I had been told all along, right? Well, it was the most shocking thing when I sat in a conference meeting and I learned that the president didn't want to release the Epstein files. I was like, what? Yeah, come to find out, he was very much against it. So we kept on trying and kept on talking about it. And then the president told Mike Johnson, no, do not bring that resolution to the floor for a vote. He told the Rules Committee, and Johnson told the Rules Committee, no, you will not mark up any bill in the Rules Committee that will allow the Epstein files to be released. And the resistance built and built and built. He told Pam Bondi, don't release the Epstein files. He told everybody, don't release the Epstein files. So we persisted because that's what we promised. That's what we campaigned on, transparency and accountability, especially to pedophiles. How is that complicated? So it got to be such a gigantic amount of resistance coming from the president and the speaker and everyone, the DOJ. I said, fine, I'll do the unthinkable. I'll go over there and I'll sign my name on a discharge petition that all the Democrats are signing their name on. Talk about crossing the aisle. Me, a general in the MAGA army, crossing over to sign my name with a bunch of Democrats. Yeah, I did. Because women were raped when they were 16 and 14 years old. And he was a convicted pedophile, and we knew there were many with him. So I signed my name on the discharge petition. Oh, did I get my name on the naughty list then? Let me tell you. That became a real issue at the White House. Well, I'll never forget it. I was in my office in the Rayburn building, and I got a phone call from the president. And he was at the White House, and he wanted to talk to me about the discharge petition that I'd signed my name on. And he said, Marjorie, you're going to have to take your name off that discharge petition. We can't let, this is a hoax. We can't carry this. This is a hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. And we've got to just put this away and stop doing this. And he said, my friends are going to get hurt. He said his friends would get hurt if we release the Epstein files. He said, Marjorie, these are good people. These are people you know at Mar-a-Lago. People in Palm Beach, they're going to get hurt by this. And I said, Mr. President, people have been hurt. These women have been hurt. I said, have you talked to them? I said, you should talk to them. You should have them in the Oval Office, Mr. President. You have everybody in the Oval Office. You have sports teams. You have world leaders. You have al-Qaeda terrorists that are now leading Syria. You have Mamdani. I mean, you have everybody in the Oval Office.
Shut the fuck up about Mamdani. Here's what's crazy about this. Why am I blanking? I just had it. Fuck. They didn't give a fuck about Clinton. The Clintons. Right? They didn't give a fuck about protecting them. Right? No. Or specifically Hillary. Fuck Bill. Specifically Hillary. Didn't really give a fuck about Hillary Clinton. Right? Thought that was interesting. Didn't give a fuck about Obama dragging him into the mix. Even though he is in no way, shape, or form implicated in the files. Didn't give a fuck about none of those people. Those people bad. Got the Clinton subpoena specifically. And they initially was like, Then they showed up. We have testimonies from Bill and Hillary Clinton. That's what they wanted. They got absolutely fuck all from it. And then we have the likes of Pam Bondi, who was subpoenaed for her handling of it, refusing. Where's the energy from Republicans specifically? Because I remember this. When the Clintons initially said, we're not wasting time with this bullshit. They was like, we will take legal action against you if you don't show up. Have we had the same energy from Republicans with Pam fucking Bondi, the person actually overseeing the files, versus harassing the Clintons who've said time and time again they don't know anything else, and everything that you would have? I'm not even saying they're telling the truth. I am saying every single thing that they would have. The DOJ would have. The FBI would have. That President Trump would know. They can unredact. They can release. But they're harassing the Democratic ones because we want to make it out to be a them issue after calling it a hoax. Make it make sense.
Surely you can have these women who were raped as teenagers. Talk to them. I talk to them all the time. As a matter of fact, many of them voted for you. That's what I told them. They voted for you. Epstein victims voted for Donald Trump. And he wouldn't have anything to do with them. And he told me his friends would get hurt.
Okay. I don't know if I believe that, but I don't know if I doubt it. I don't know if I believe that, but I also won't necessarily doubt it. That would be pretty freaking crazy, though. That would be pretty freaking crazy. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we do know that there are some MAGA victims of assault who voted for him. So I guess it's not that far-fetched. The ones that are not related to him, more related to like Epstein. But then still, how the fuck? I'm sorry, I can't wrap my head around that one. How would you, if you were victimized by Jeffrey, then vote for the man who was one of his best friends, whether you saw him or not? How could you comfortably do that? Again, I don't know if that part is true, but at the same time, it could be, in which case, what the actual fuck? What if they were compelled to vote that way? Very true. That could be an option, in which case, obviously, we're not victimizing people who were pressured to do so. Absolutely not. That's not what we do here. But yeah, that's crazy.
And I said, not taking my name off the discharge petition.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because this crosses party lines. It crosses, as a matter of fact, it crosses all the lines. When it comes down to victimizing some of the most innocent people in America, these were young girls that were teenagers that desperately wanted to be models one day. They wanted to be seen as beautiful. They wanted to be rich. They wanted to be famous. And of course, every teenager wants things like that. And they were victimized by Ghislaine Maxwell and others. And they were victimized by the richest, most powerful men, not only in our country, but in the world. And they were used by Jeffrey Epstein as sexual tools for his own satisfaction and his friends' satisfaction. To actually be asked by the President of the United States to back off.
It's crazy how she still won't mention his name when it comes to that. It's solely based off of protection. She won't mention his name for anything else. It's crazy to me. Can I come up for a second? I had a mom who was abused and married an abuser. Sure, I'll give you a minute. Continue to double tap the screen, guys. W's for hitting 200,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 300K and beyond. Continue to share out the live with your friends and family. What time is it? We'll probably do a restart after this. After this, we'll do a restart. And then after the restart, we'll come back and see what we get. I'm gonna give it like maximum 20 minutes, and then that's my night, bro. Hi, Puff Puff. What do you got?
Hi. The only thing I wanted to say just real quick is that there is this thing of women when they are abused, and this, I mean, especially when we're going back to, I'm a Gen X, so my mom was a boomer, so like they married their abusers again. Like when their father, because my grandfather abused her, she then married my father, and my father was an abuser. It's just they don't know how to differentiate like what they deserve. And I saw that from, you know, being her child. And that's why technically I'm actually alone right now, because I refuse to keep following in that path of the abuse. So it was a thing. And I think us Gen Xers, us millennial women, things are starting to realize that we don't have to keep following that destructive path or that destructive continuation. Because it goes from beyond them, right? Their mothers, their grandmothers, they were abused, they were put in their place. So that's all I wanted to say. And it's tough, but I think us women now and the our younger women are starting to realize we don't have to keep continuing that destructive path and can be beyond it. So thank you for letting me up to say that.
Absolutely, thank you, and I'm glad you are where you are now, and continue to protect your peace by literally any and every means necessary. Thank you so much for coming up. W Puff,
Thank
guys.
you.
W Puff's in the chat. It is a combination of a couple things. I can speak on my family a little bit in terms of just stuff that was passed down, conversations I can still have with my mother about things that happened to her that she'll laugh about because it was just normalized. I think that's one of the great things. One of the things you can learn from the younger generation. They're just less willing to put up with stuff, and I think we can even help shift some of our parents, some of our grandparents from the mindsets that they were taught from a young age, and told was normal. And then we kind of help them figure out that it's fucking not. Some people just finally go, enough is enough. Some people, unfortunately, when you think you can't do any better, that's really, really bad state to be in, because then you just accept anything. And it's hard to get out of that mindset. So W's to the people that have, W's to the people who are working on individuals that they know who don't see any other way out, because they need a fuck ton of help. Need a fuck ton of help. All right, let's get back into it. Puff Puff, appreciate you coming up. Why the fuck are you grayed out in the chat? That's some RNC behavior. Send your heartme's.
And not help these women? That's when MAGA died. That's when the entire thing shattered for me. So I kept my name on. Then we spent 8 weeks shut down. Remember that? We spent 8 weeks shut down. By the way, that was to stop the Epstein resolution from getting a House vote. That's what that shutdown was about. Finally, they reopened the government, and a brand new Democrat member of Congress was sworn in, and we got the 218th signature, released the resolution, passed it overwhelmingly, which was hilarious to me, watching all these Republicans. Oh yeah, all of a sudden I'm voting to release the Epstein files, what a pathetic joke. Weak men. Oh my gosh, they're so weak. So they vote to pass it. It flies through the Senate, of course, because no one wants to lose their...
Careful there, Marjorie. You're almost starting to sound like a liberal. Careful there, Marjorie. You're almost starting to sound like a liberal. Weak men. Yeah, you like those guys. You love them. You supported all their nominations. I don't know. Is there room for people to grow and change? Yes. I just don't believe that she has. I just think she's pissed off because Donald Trump slighted her. Because the Republican Party slighted her. You know what stuff she knows and other people know? Elon Musk. These people know. But they're one, in some cases, protecting their comfortability because Donald Trump is the president and can persecute them. And B, they really don't care enough. They don't care enough to actually do something about it. They don't spite him enough to tear his entire administration down because that will impact them in some way or implicate them in some way. It's one of those things where I know this much, but if I say this, I'm going down too. I'm going to get him, but I'm going down too. And they're too goddamn selfish. Marjorie was one of those people. She was too goddamn selfish.
Re-election on voting no. And then President Trump's hand was forced to sign it. He didn't sign that because he supported it. He was forced. And so we released the Epstein files. And then I got a Truth Social dropped on my head like a nuclear bomb where the president called me a traitor. And I read that and I thought, a traitor? Oh my gosh. I looked up the definition of traitor. I looked it up. I was like, I have to wrap my head around this. And so a traitor is a traitor to the United States of America. And I swore an oath to defend our Constitution. And I really thought about it. I said, he's not talking about what we think of the definition of traitor. He's saying I was a traitor to him. To him. And that's why I was a traitor to him. And that's why he was going to support a primary against me, just like he's doing to Thomas Massey, which is horrific. And I looked at that and I thought to myself, this is a badge of honor. It truly is. And I thought, I can't, this is so
Thank you,
unbelievable
Cara, for
to
the
me.
level up. I appreciate you.
But here's what happened after that. Not a single Republican defended me. Not one that I served with. By the way, I had paid all my dues to the NRCC every Congress and supported all of them and endorsed many of them and donated money to them and helped them get reelected. And I had spent millions of my own dollars campaigning all over the country for President Trump. Think about that. But I was a traitor doing what we promised to do. I was the traitor. But no one defended me, not one person. And I said, oh my goodness, how can I continue to serve under this president and serve in a body of Congress where not a single person is willing to say, Mr. President, Marjorie's not a traitor. She helped you get elected. But then guess what happened? I started getting death threats. And it was about me being called a traitor. It was, you're a traitor. You deserve to die. You're a traitor. We're going to kill you. You're a traitor. But it was the one that came in and they kept coming on my son, my youngest, my baby boy. We're going to snuff out his life. We're going to put a bullet in his head. Marjorie Traitor Green. So I sent those to the president, texted him directly. I also sent them to Susie Wiles and James Blair. And I also sent them to the Vice President, J.D. Vance, Kash Patel. I sent them to all these people. I got no response from Susie Wiles. None. And she's a mother and a grandmother and a woman. I got no response from James Blair because he only cares about making money on campaigns. I did hear from Kash Patel. He said on it, but I haven't heard from him since. I don't know what he's on.
That's crazy. That's funny.
J.D. Vance was very nice to me, compassionate and kind, and reassured me that he would do everything we could to find out what's going on. And then I heard back from Donald Trump. And I've saved these text messages.
1 second. I'm tired of the Epstein files. I'm tired of you. How about that? I'm not tired of advocating for people getting justice. Fuck off. Fuck off. Thank you, Robbie K, for the level up Sparks. I appreciate you.
I'd probably get put in jail if I released them publicly, but I saved them. Where Donald Trump proceeded to tell me that it was my fault and that I deserve it. If my son gets killed, I deserve it because I was a traitor to him. That is our president of the United States. That's the man that says MAGA is whatever he wants it to be. That's the man that, think about it, so many Americans turn to because they were failed by the Democrat Party and failed by the Republican Party.
Hold, please. Wild to say, I would swap Fetterman for MTG. Woo! That's woo! How about neither? You know what, Paris? You know what, Paris? I think I like these hypotheticals. I think it forces you to choose. I do think we live in an unfortunate reality where sometimes we have to fucking choose. So I'm gonna test something. I'm gonna test something because I want to see how this goes. I want to see how this goes, okay? And you have to answer. You don't fucking answer neither. Don't do it. Smiley face if you'd pick Marjorie Taylor Greene. Frowny face if you pick John Fetterman. YouTube, you can put a 1 in the chat for Marjorie Taylor Greene or 2 in the chat for John Fetterman. TikTok, smiley face for Marjorie Taylor Greene, frowny face for John Fetterman. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I'll take Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'll take Marjorie Taylor Greene. Fetterman is a fucking MAGA without the name. At least Marjorie is somewhat center-ish in like 3 things. I'll take Marjorie Taylor Greene over Fetterman. I don't like how y'all always suddenly started picking it when I said pick it. Use your own fucking brain, okay? Use your fucking brain. Marjorie Taylor Greene, smiley face, John Fetterman, frowny face. 1 in the chat over on the YouTube side for Marjorie Taylor Greene. 2 in the chat for John Fetterman. All right, the votes are up 29-4. Okay. That you're making me make this choice. Listen, it's the harsh reality, and this is why people say I'm established or whatever. Sometimes we have to make cold fucking decisions, and they're not going to be savory. They're not going to be good, but you have to make one, or you die. That's my position on so many different things. You put the option between, if he wasn't, I guess, as old as he was, and Kamala Harris didn't have that situation. If you put Joe Biden before me, who barely held back weapons against taking out Palestinians, and then Donald Trump, give me Genocide Joe, because at least he's not going to do them as bad as Trump. That's a hard decision. Both of them are going to fuck over Palestinians. Only one of them is going to do it at a rapid rate and give in to Israel entirely. That's a hard decision for the pro-Pally people, but it's one they should have made. It's one many people made. We're not talking about the uncommitted fools and the rest of those fuckers. Hard decisions. That's exactly what life is full of. It's exactly what life is full of. Can I pick neither? See, y'all not getting it. Y'all not getting it. It's fine. Gun to your head. You have 2 options or you're gone. You got to make a decision.
That's the man that we elected to change everything. Well, he certainly changed everything for me. And I'll tell you, not only was it Donald Trump that changed everything for me, it was serving in Congress in the Republican Party that changed everything for me. It was seeing on the inside what a bunch of liars they all are. Not just Republicans, but Democrats too. They have no intention of doing the things that they promise you on the campaign trail. None. Right now, we have a Republican president, a Republican House, and a Republican Senate. They have the power to do everything they want to do right now. And they refuse to do it. Do you want to know why? They're bought and paid for. They are bought and paid for. They don't work for you. They work for the giant industries that fund their campaigns. They work for the special interest groups that give them fundraisers. They work for the lobbyists that make best friends with them, because many members of Congress are lonely in Washington. They're easy to make friends with. They're away from their homes. They're away from their families. They're away from everything that made them who they are. They're taken to Washington, D.C., which is an international city. It's like a foreign country. Washington, D.C. is a foreign country. It's run by a foreign country. It is. It's run by the secular government of Israel and some other people and some other things. But it is. And that's where they're taken. And so they're so easily taken advantage of. And one member of Congress can fund their entire campaign for their next reelection cycle in just a few fundraisers in Washington, D.C. It happens all the time. So when your member of Congress or your senator comes back home and they're claiming how they're there for you and representing you, most of them are not. They're not. They're representing the people that they see in Washington, D.C., and they don't see you there. And that's really such a shame. So where do we go from here? MAGA is dead. I'll wrap it very quickly in this. The American people are the ones that have the control and the power to change everything. Now, what does it look like in the future? It's probably going to look a lot different than it has.
What up, Ori?
I just wanted to point out, we already knew she was anti-Semitic, but that's not how you use the word secular. Secular would mean that you're not using religion. Like, technically, we're supposed to have a secular government. We don't.
Right.
Right.
What up, Gucci?
What up, Gucci?
That's definitely not what she meant, though. And also, I don't think that they're secular.
Who?
Israel?
Oh, no, not in the slightest. I'm pretty sure she meant to use. She was trying to use secular in terms of just outside of America. In which case, it's like, no, there would be a different. You already said foreign. That, like, yeah, that was stupid.
She don't know words.
I mean, she did support Trump, so not surprising.
In the past,
I mean, that's just all the
I think within the next 10 years, we will watch both parties basically just be dismantled. We will, because people are being failed by both parties. It's Gen Z is the future. And Gen Z right now is looking towards a future where it's extremely difficult to build a career, much less get a job out of college. Many of them don't think they'll ever be able to buy a home. Many of them are not sure of what the federal government will be in the future. And I can tell you right now, just in 6 years, Social Security is going to be completely insolvent. If you're not getting a Social Security check right now, you probably won't get one, even though you've paid 6.2% of your check. Or if you're self-employed, you've paid the lovely 12.4%. You're not going to get it, and they're not going to fix it. What's happened now is we're looking in the future elections where I think a Democrat president will be have an easy time selling Medicare for all to young Americans. Over 26 million Americans don't have health insurance. 26 million, but who can afford it? When you have the average policy is $1,500 a month if you're a family of 4, and then you're looking at your deductible being about $7,000, health insurance is completely unaffordable. We have a crisis sitting wide open for any Democrat president to come in and easily get elected on Medicare or health care for all. Easily. Think about a Gavin Newsom or another president, Democrat president, could campaign right now, and here's what they could say, and people would vote for it so fast. They could say, I'm not going to represent the swamp. I'm going to represent you, the American people. I refuse to take any PAC money. I refuse to be supported by the military industrial complex, big pharma, and all of them. But I'm going to bring you health care for all. All I need is 10 million people to donate to me $100. That's $1 billion. Now, when you look at the math and there's over 26 million people that don't have health insurance, do you think it's going to be kind of hard to find 10 million people to give $100 to that? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at the potential of full socialism coming in and easily taking over. Do you want to know why? Republicans have completely failed on the domestic agenda, and they have failed to do anything about it.
What? What?
Now, the solution for that is medical freedom. The solution for that is free trade in the medical industries. The solution for that is to deregulate. The solution for that is to reduce the size of the federal government and control and empower the states and state rights.
Get that from?
I really do believe in the future we're going to, you're not going to be able to tell Gen Z or even me or most millennials, you're not going to be able to tell them, oh, you got to support this war or we are going to get bombed by a nuclear bomb. Because most people are going, I really don't care. I can't afford life right now. That's where we are. So I think it's in rooms like this because you guys had it figured out long before I figured it out. It's rooms like this and it's people like you that have to come together and talk about the solutions and the ideas that are going to dismantle the two-party system, which I know you all believe in, and actually come up with the policies that are going to pave the way for the future and future candidates.
The Electoral College.
And then the solution after that is how to fund these people and how to get them elected. And that's what we're looking at. MAGA is dead. We're moving past Donald Trump. And the quicker we move past him, The faster we get to the whiteboard, the faster we build the solutions, the quicker we're ahead of everybody else on the way to saving the country. Thank you so much for having me today. God bless you. Thank you, Dr. Paul.
That was a that was a fascinating 36 minutes and 59 seconds. That was a very interesting 36 minutes and 59 seconds. Well then, we're going to do one final call before I do a restart. Trump supporters are quest up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. If you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this is live is a safe space for you to come up here and express what exactly got you up off the MAGA plantation and back to the side of the Republican Party at least. And if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, you may request up in the box. I can give you several reasons, or call the number on screen. I can give you several reasons as to why you should. And by several, I mean several hundred at this point. Is MTG going to run for president as an independent? Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. I just wish all these independent people, all these Green Party people would really start now, like literally all now, building this coalition, trying to get it the basis it needs to actually have a chance in hell of getting 5% of the vote in 2028. Sick and tired of these election year. Oh my God, look, I'm an independent Green Party person. I matter. No, the fuck you don't. Not in the face of Donald Trump. Not in the face of JD Vance for 2028. No, the fuck you don't. So, put in the work now. That's it. Just put in the work now. It's the safest bet. I don't know how old Marjorie Taylor Greene is actually. Hold on. Let's see. 51. She will be 52 on the 27th of this month. She said she was 51? Oh, I didn't catch that part. We don't vote for the president in midterms. LMFAO, you know that, right? Hey, Amber, is your idiot brain getting fucked by stupid? Hold on. Thank you for that, Amber. Thank you for the comment of the day. Thank you for the comment of the day. What a stupid fucking comment to make. What a stupid fucking comment to make. There are people literally placing themselves right now, 2026 midterms election, positioning themselves for the 2028 campaign. Especially, and if you're a third-party candidate, you should especially be doing that now. So you can get a nice basis, a nice financial cushion, a nice bit of endorsements and backers for your campaign. But because you heard me say, get ready for 2028, and it's not 2028, and we don't have a presidential election, your mind just went, you guys are so fucking stupid, it's not even funny. Like, what the actual fucking... You guys are so fucking stupid. Oh, y'all, I was sent a video. I was watching, and it was at this school. I want to say it was a high school. It was young kids. These kids could not say silhouette. These kids could not say gooch. What was the other word that they couldn't say? Extraordinary. These kids could not say extraordinary. And I could take this opportunity to talk about how I guess our current education system isn't the best, which is correct. It's not, let's be real, and all these different things. But there is generations before these kids that say stupid shit like that. So whenever I hear, oh, these kids are getting dumber and dumber, it's like, we kind of already was pretty fucking stupid. You got people in their 50s, the 70s, the 80s talking about how Donald Trump is a great man. So why are we complaining about the next generation again? Why are we doing that? Jai. It's sad, bro. It's sad. Any case, we're going to go and do a quick restart. 747. I'll be back in about 60 seconds. You guys, though, should click on my name. Where would it be on this side? I'm stupid. Click on my name here. Top left corner. Click on my name in the top left corner. It will take you to my profile. I did upload a new video. Go check it out. I thought it was funny. It's over on YouTube Shorts as well, but you guys don't have to worry about it. You'll be fine. Go watch that video. By the time you're done watching that video and coming back, I will be back live. We're going to see what conversation we can get going for the panel. And we'll run it for a couple minutes. And then if we get nothing, then I'm going to get into some Severance. So yeah. Be right back, guys. Quick restart. YouTube, stay right there. You'll be fine. Be right back in about 60 seconds. Go watch my latest video. I cut this off here. And fix that. Yeah. None of you Americans can say aluminum? No. Sounds like you're projecting. Sounds like you're projecting. We need an independent president now? Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not within the next... I would argue not as long as we have the electoral college. That's not going to happen. Maybe we should start there. We absolutely need to start there. Electoral college has got to go. And we need to get ranked choice voting. It's a coupling of things. Ranked choice voting and the electoral college. If we do not get rid of those two things, third-party candidates is always going to have to go up against like big money with the Democratic and Republican parties. That's when we can have a serious conversation about tackling that, is when we tackle those things. Why is this not loading up here? What am I looking for? I did something with that sticker. What the hell did I do with that sticker? Give me a second. Those of you on the YouTube side, hit the like button on the stream. Hit the like button on the stream. I'm about to start it back up over here on the Tickety Talk side. And we'll get this show back running. I'm just trying to change something here. New downloads. This one load. Yeah, that'll work. All right. We are back. We are back. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Welcome back in, y'all. Welcome back in, y'all. You liked your story? Oh, WJ. WJ. Welcome back in, guys. Welcome back in. Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen as we run this again. I am looking for something else I was supposed to show you guys. Let me see if I can find it. Is this it? No, this is something different. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been paying... Hi, Vanessa. I haven't been paying the most attention to anything surrounding the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Reason being, everyone getting up in arms about these failed, alleged assassination attempts. I don't care. I don't care to know who the person is. I don't care to know what they have going on. They missed, and no one else died. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You missed, and you didn't kill any innocents in the room. So I do not give a shit. There's no reason to give a shit. Like, literally, with that one, with the one in, with the other one in whatchamacallit, all I was waiting on is if they hit him. I found out they didn't hit him. They didn't hit anyone else. So I was like, oh, okay, what are we doing? They blew it out of proportion to make the left look violent. Exactly. Exactly. But I did watch this one video. I'm going to show it to you guys. I did watch this one video, and this video had me like, I think every single person in the Secret Service right now needs to be put on immediate leave. Every single person on the Secret Service detail needs to be put on immediate leave because the shit that has been slipping by them as of late doesn't make any sense. Somebody want that man gone. If all of this isn't just a load of crap, somebody wants that man gone. This is the video that I watched. And those of you on the YouTube side, I will just put the link in the description because I can't show it over here. This is the video that I watched. Okay? Y'all look at this shit. I'm just gonna leave that on replay. I'm just gonna leave that on replay. Is that not insane to anyone else? Is that not insane to anyone else? You telling me anyone can just jog through this building? You could just super jog through a building where the president of the United States resides? And they saw the weapon on him and no one shot? Not a single person shot? And I can't help but think, I'm going to fucking go there. I can't help but think, because if I'm not mistaken, he appeared to be biracial. If he was just a tit darker. If he was just a tit darker. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if Homeboy would have made it through that door. I don't know if Homeboy would have made it through that door. Regardless of that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theys, thems, and MAGA, welcome into the live. You're watching Defend the Indefensible, where Trump supporters come up and do what they do best. Despite the actions of this administration and the ever so seemingly clueless base that will fight for this man until he dies, there's a growing number of Trump supporters who are growing more and more dissatisfied with the actions of this administration. And for those people, I say to you, there is time, there is hope, there is a place for you over on the right side of history. Doesn't have to be Democrat. But we start by condemning the actions of this administration and voting against the people who support him in the midterms election. So if you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, if you're one of those people who no longer supports him, no longer supports the MAGA party, and you want to talk about things we should do better moving forward, you may request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. And if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, you can also get up in the box as well, and I can give you several reasons as to why you should. W's in the chat to the 190 pen for the $5 super chat. One of his Secret Service agents was arrested for pressuring himself in a public highway. What do you mean pressuring himself? What? I'll look into that. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll look into that, though. Thank you so much, the 190 pen. I appreciate you.
Hey, do you claim that Trump told over 30,000 lies? Didn't you say that the other day? I believe you said that, or I'm not sure if that was you or another Democrat.
That is correct.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and name all of them. I dare you to name all of them right now, because I don't believe that. I think you're lying.
I don't care what you believe. I can name a bunch of lies off the top of my head. I don't have the time, energy, or the wherewithal to go over all 33,000 of them.
So you conceded that he did not tell 33,000 lies, because there's no way on earth you can. I dare you to name all of them. I fucking dare you.
Concede on that point.
Because he hasn't told that many lies. He may have told a couple, but you're exaggerating.
How many lies has he told?
Like maybe 2 or 3, not as much as Biden and Obama. I know that much for a fact.
Okay. Magdas don't work.
I mean, give or take, it maybe 4 or 5.
Not the president
maybe
of Puerto
4 or
Rico.
5.
Nuking hurricanes could help. The 2020 festival was stolen from him. That Kamala Harris isn't black. That's already above your 3 limit. So how do
Okay,
you
yeah,
refute?
so maybe.
How do you refute him
Wow.
not telling over 30,000 lies, particularly in his first term?
Wow.
Because that's the claim.
Yeah, like I said, he maybe told 4 or 5, but you can't name all
How do you
30,000. You guys
refute?
always claim.
How do you refute that Donald Trump did not tell over 30,000 lies in his first term? Windmills cause
Because you
cancer,
can't substantiate.
killing the whales, yeah.
Yeah, easy. Because you can't substantiate them. You can't sit here and tell me all 30,000. I'm waiting. I have time today. I have the time. Trust
No
me, I have
one
time.
person can. Do you understand where that number came from? And the groups of people, the bodies of news networks, independent journalists, and otherwise that went over every single thing he said in the first administration? Who the fuck do you expect to sit here and have, I don't know, a couple days to host a live going over every single one for a show? This was already documented by people who keep these records.
Yeah, no, I don't have nothing going on right now. I got time. So if you want to go ahead and name all 30,000, I'll listen to you, buddy. But I know you can't because
What
he
did I
didn't tell
just
that
say?
many. No, my point is he
What
didn't
did
tell
I
that
just
many
say?
lies. Wow. Dude, we don't need to be stubborn. We
What
can
did
be
I just say?
respectful. You said that you don't have the time to go over all those because it's been documented by news
No
reporters.
one person on a goddamn live stream can or would or should. It was already done. It was already documented. And if you don't believe it, sure, but you have absolutely nothing to contest it.
Yeah, I've never heard any of you guys sit here and say all 30,000 lies because he hasn't told that many.
Expecting any one person to sit here and go over 30,000 lies is fucking ridiculous. How about you try being a real person instead of a goddamn clown?
No, but the point is that he didn't tell that many. That's my point I'm trying to make.
Debbie's in the chat
Of course,
for
I
the
don't.
190 pen for the $5 super chat. Playing with himself in a public hallway. Sorry, autocorrect. Oh, that's... What?
Yeah, that was on the news. I saw
Secret
that.
Service agent was... Wow. Okay, that's actually crazy. W's in the chat to you, one mighty pen. W's in the chat to Melvin for the $2 super chat. Verified by the Washington Post. Several other networks, too.
God bless you.
30,573. Yeah. Yeah. W's in the chat to you. Thank you so much, Kimmy, for the boxing gloves. I appreciate you.
Yeah, so I just don't think you should be sitting here saying he told 30,000 lies. If you can't sit here and name all 30,000, because he didn't tell that many. That's my point.
Is
You don't
God
get my.
real?
Do you understand the point? Obviously.
What makes it obvious? You haven't
Well,
seen
you
God.
can't explain.
You haven't seen the people that said he was real and wrote his book.
Wow.
So why do you say God's real?
I understand your argument.
Oh, okay. Shut the fuck
But
up.
it still doesn't. You still have
God
yet to
bless you.
substantiate.
Thank you, Soulfire, for the marvelous occasion. I appreciate you.
Yeah, so is it too much to ask you to substantiate the claim that Trump told 30,000 lies by naming all? I dare you to name all 30,000 right now. You can't do it, man. You can't do it.
Trump supporters request up in the box. Choose the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Undebatable. Did you vote for Trump?
Hell no. I just wanted to fight with that guy, but he gone now.
Trump supporters and Trump supporters alone request up in the box. Abdul, did you vote for Trump?
You want to hear it? You bet I did make America great again. That's it, I'm a black man. I ain't dumb and I ain't stupid. Let's make America great again. That's it. And most of these people need to wake up, stand up and be dads. Take responsibility for your shit.
Why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? Why? Why? And he ran. And he ran. Why'd he run?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Why'd he run? Come back.
Why'd he leave?
Come back, Abdul. Come back. YouTube, you couldn't see it. Bro came up, turned his camera on, put on his Make America Great Again
I saw the whole
hat,
thing.
got
I
to
was
talking
in the
shit
darn
left.
going, I was on my backup. I saw the whole thing. I said, I'm coming.
Why'd you leave? Come back.
No, come back.
Wait,
No.
oh, Jordan, I'm pretty sure you were friendly. Thank you, Paris, for the puppy kisses. I appreciate you. I don't know why I do this to myself. I should have just ended the live after
I think you
the Marjorie
laughed.
Taylor
You
Greene thing.
laughed at him. That's why. Why'd you laugh at him?
Because this man was funny. He came up ready to go. He slapped the hat back. He turned his camera on. He was like, da 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 da, and then left.
I haven't had a good darn going debate all day long, and you laughing people away.
Neither have I. No
What
one.
are we doing?
No
You
one
could have
has
had
come
a
up and requested it.
conversation. I got it. You know what? We're gonna have to have a meeting about this.
Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Don't y'all suppress my black joy. That shit was funny. I had to laugh.
Bubba said, "No more laughing people away, Jimmy." I don't know.
Who the fuck is Jimmy?
I don't know who Jimmy is, but that's what Bubba said.
That's crazy.
Bro, I was like, I'm coming. I dropped from the other panel and everything. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. That would have been fun. I
panel were
didn't
you
have
on?
no fun. Libidos.
Yes, W Erica. We apparently have conquered every single Trump supporter. Every single Trump supporter.
Chat, drop your favorite hashtags in the chat, I guess. I don't know what to tell you to do.
I want to know where all the people who voted for him due to the gas are at. That part. Well, they just say, the few that I've spoken to, they'll say, it's still cheaper than under Biden. That's not true. Gas prices hit a national average of $4 a gallon back in March. And then it dropped for a little bit when they was going back and forth on the ceasefire. And then now they're being contentious again. Here we go. I think Trump has looked at, once again, pulling from the strategic oil reserves. So, whoopsies, looks like we're not doing as great as was alleged.
Like, imagine arguing, Hector, the validity and need for like DEIA with an old black man.
I couldn't imagine. I could not
Like, this dude in his 60s, bro, telling some DEI wasn't needed. I don't have it. I don't have that in me.
If you believe that DEIA isn't needed or it's racist or anything of that nature, you don't know what it is. You don't know. You never did know. And your understanding of it is what a white man told you, most likely. That's how that goes.
That part. That part.
Had a guy yesterday come up and he said that he worked for BlackRock. And it's been a talking point going around. I'm not sure if you've heard it. That BlackRock recently said that DEI is dead. DEI is dead. That wasn't his words. He was asked if DEI is dead. And he specifically said that he felt like some parts of it were not good. He didn't even completely condemn DEIA. But regardless of that, BlackRock was one of the corporations that implemented some DEIA policies. And he was saying that he witnessed it. He worked in one of the companies. He couldn't tell me what they were, but he witnessed it, where a black guy got a role that he didn't have the qualifications for, relevant experience. He then changes his wording later on, where the bare minimum that you need is to get a bachelor's degree just to get in the door. He entered entry level, and he had that degree. So then he was criticizing that you didn't have the relevant experience. I'm like, okay, that's a common thing that businesses do. If they like you, they see you have the bare minimum like this enough, and you have some experience maybe in school or that's not official, like they'll still hire you. Then in the job, he got promoted. He got promoted up to this position. And he said, based off of what that position actually took, he still didn't deserve the job. And then it was like, but he was already in. He was already in. I've known several people. Hell, I would say I was one of them, where I was gotten promotion in a very short amount of time because of the work that I put in a short amount of time, even if I didn't have the years of experience behind me. Because I was doing so well within weeks to months, they decided to give me the position that typically, traditionally, if you put it out in an ad, you would need a couple years of experience on. That is an internal thing. It has nothing to do with the federal government forcing DEIA on a corporation and making them do it because the guy was black. It was crazy. It was a crazy conversation. But y'all don't know things.
Yeah, I didn't follow that at all. I ain't gonna hold you. All I heard was that they just thought he wasn't qualified because he was black. That's all I heard. Also, another thing is that I'm bored. I was gonna say something, but I'm bored. I'm ready for fun and facts tomorrow.
Yeah, they've had absolutely nothing today. I haven't even seen anyone decent in other lives. So meh.
Yeah, all I've been seeing is missed points and gaps in the conversation and stuff not being addressed as it should be addressed.
Yeah. Tendency to happen sometimes. That's how they feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Any case, while we're here, we're going to give it a couple more minutes. Continue to tap the screen till the heart bar gets full. Let's get the likes up to 50K and beyond. Twins live was good. Oh, I miss Twins. Twins lives are typically good. He just got a bunch of moron blaggers in there. Share out the live with your friends and family. Repost, add to your story. Send your daily heartbeats if you have not already. And of course, knock out the gift gallery here. Not the gift gallery, the gift goal here of the boxing gloves. And check out the links in the bio for the best ways to support the platform. I was on Twins live yesterday for a bit.
Who's voting for Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Oh, no. See, people are just saying shit without fucking context. So we were watching the Marjorie Taylor Greene Ron Paul Institute conference thing that she spoke at for 36 minutes and 59 seconds. And she was saying some things in regards to Epstein and blah, blah, blah. So then someone in the comments said that I damn near may take Marjorie Taylor Greene over John Fetterman. And I was like, ooh, that's an interesting take. So we did a vote. And we said, if you absolutely had to, smiley face for Marjorie Taylor Greene, frowny face for John Fetterman. And I said, yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is basically a closet liberal in some ways, who's just really fucking lost, versus John Fetterman, who, as far as I'm concerned, is just MAGA without the fucking name. So I was like, I guess Marjorie Taylor Greene. At least she would be too weak-willed to do really any harm if she was in the party, and she would vote on behalf of the Epstein files. She'd vote on behalf of some aspects of healthcare. She made a comment about socialism is winning because of Republicans, and the next Democrat is going to present universal healthcare, and everyone's going to go with it because Donald Trump jacked up the prices. I was like,
that's a lot.
Interesting take. Yeah, interesting take. She said quite a bit of them. Quite a bit of them. Hashtag gas prices are down. Hashtag no affordability crisis. Hashtag Democratic hoax. 6,000%. Blagger is fucking dangerous. Absolutely
I'm
dangerous.
gonna go MAGA hunting or something. I don't know.
I thought about doing that. I'm like, yeah.
I need an adrenaline rush.
There's no stimulation. There's no stimulation, Erica. I've got
None
no
whatsoever.
stimulation today.
As I can do this with my eyes closed.
Let's do it. By let's, no. Well, it's Erica's days off. She just panel hops.
I'm not supposed to be doing that.
You're not supposed to be doing that? Somebody asked you to go speed dating.
I don't want to do speed dating today.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that until after I turn almost 60 again.
Trump supporters request up in the box to you the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Not y'all asking for MAGA hunting now. If I was to go MAGA hunting, we'd have to set a very specific goal for the links in the bio. And if we hit it, I'll do it. If not, fuck y'all.
Did you hit a
It's
restart?
already 8 o'clock. Yeah, this is the restart. That's why you have over 200 people in here now. Because we didn't get over 210 in the last stream. Just capped. Do I have facts, just opinions? Oh, yeah, we know that. But every now and again, they try. I miss the days where they tried. What's up, Law? I miss the days where they actually tried. They would come up here, they think they have something, they'd have a conversation. Sometimes they realize they're wrong, and they concede a little bit, but then ask you questions. Other ones would just die on their heels, even if you put the information in their face. Yes.
Why did he put the hat on and then leave? I don't understand it. What was that?
I laughed because I was like, he's ready to go. He's prepared for this. Like this has been like rehearsed. Like he must have had his talking points, his damn scripts and everything. I was ready for whatever he said next, and then the man dropped. You have his username? Share the live to him. Give me his username. I'll share the live to him. Because I thought he had something to say. Then he fucking ran.
That was wicked.
Then he fucking ran. That is crazy. When was that? It was what, 300? Oh God, no! I would not make y'all pay me 300 the MAGA hunt. I would only make y'all pay 75.87. When was the guy I was talking about just now? That was literally the second guest.
You be lowballing yourself.
Literally the second guest. First off, I'm not these other people.
That is true. That is true.
$200 for a shirt each. Have you guys heard about what they're trying to do with Spirit Airlines? They are trying to, American people are trying to buy Spirit Airlines and nationalize it. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I thought Trump was trying to do that.
Yeah, he clearly gave up on it.
He didn't give up on it. The creditors told him that his terms of the deal were bad for them, and so they said no.
I don't think he's going to make a better deal.
No, not at all.
I don't think he cares to do it. Well, Trump can't make deals. That's the whole
It would have took them too long to pay off the debt that Spirit owes, basically, and they also didn't like the interest rates and all that jazz. So the creditors were like, nah. But Trump's a socialist. Yep, he's a socialist.
Oh, he's basically a socialist. All right, let me show it to you guys. This is the site. This is the site that I saw where people are thinking of buying Spirit Airlines, and they're pooling. I don't know how much I trust it or all the other details, but this is what they're doing. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, and we call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. So Spirit 2.0, owned by us. And this is letsbuyspirit.com. The website is letsbuyspirit.com. At 3 a.m. on May 2nd, 2026, Spirit Airlines turned off the lights. The plane stopped, the gates went dark. The airline that carried 44 million Americans last year simply ceased to exist. Has some information on the side. Private equity is already circling the wreckage, but before they lock it up, there is a narrow window for something that has never happened in commercial aviation. The passengers, the workers, and the communities Spirit served can take it back, like the Green Bay Packers, like Winco Foods, like us. So it's $45, your minimum pledge for one ticket. Hold on. Oh, they have a coalition tracker. Coalition tracker prior audit, 132 million has been the total pledge. I remember when Izzy showed it to me, it was like 80 something. 133,000 pledges what they have. The average pledge size is 989. I don't know how much they were trying to raise or how much they would need.
You have a guest.
Cherry, did you vote for Trump?
Why?
Cherry, did you vote for Trump?
Why does it matter?
Cool, I'll tell you why it matters. So above my head, you can't see it currently. Let me help you out. There's a sticker that says, Trump supporters regret your vote. And I did a PSA right before I started reading this article that said, Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I like to have a
Cherry was
conversation with.
invited.
Oh.
Because Cherry said, y'all are, who muted her in the chat? Did y'all mute her?
Cherry accepted.
Don't mute her in the chat. Yeah, she accepted it. Why were you muting her? Anywho, I tried to read it. She says something about y'all are crying about us not coming up, go to bed or something like that. So I just sent her an invite. Hey, y'all, if they accept the invite, then you don't mute them.
Why'd you accept the invite, Cherry?
Must be wine o'clock.
Hold on, because I'm looking through your chat.
I don't know.
Why did you accept me?
I didn't accept you. You got an invite.
I sent you an
that
invite.
Accepted.
Okay, so, Erica, why did you accept me?
Are you well?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
You
Are
are
you
well?
well?
I'm extremely well.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
reason why, because Hector just explained it to you. All right, let's try it one more time. Okay, one more time. Maybe you'll understand it this time. I sent you an invite and you accepted the invite. When you accepted the invite, Cherry, that put you on the panel. Does it make sense now?
Why did you accept me on the panel?
Girl,
Does
you're not
that make
smart.
sense?
That is
Does
not
that make sense?
that is not why you were
Why
accepted
did
on
you
the
accept
panel.
me on the panel?
I don't call people the S word. I'm just gonna say your brain gots to be molasses. It's gots to be molasses. My goodness. This is a lot. Why did you accept me on the panel?
So there's a guest request where I accept people who request stuff.
I wouldn't explain it to her no more. She been drinking.
You accepted
I'm
an
trying to tell you,
invite,
friend.
ma'am. So is it red or white wine tonight?
It's tequila. It's Cinco de Mayo and it's Tuesday.
That's what you like up it. You little fruity tooty salad.
Like up it? You little like up it?
You like fruity tooty
Like
salads,
up it?
Hector.
I actually do like
Get
fruit
with a
salad.
woman.
I was eating one right
Get
here.
with a woman.
I
Get
think it's
with a
absolutely
woman.
crazy that you said that. I have a fruit salad
woman?
right here.
Why do you like a man?
Why do you hate
Get
fruit?
with
Why
a
do you like a
woman.
man?
Why do you hate fruits?
Why do you like a man?
Why do you hate
Hector?
fruit salads?
Why do you like a man?
Why do you hate
Hector?
fruit salads?
Why do you like a man?
Are we talking?
Hector?
Hold on. Are we talking about fruit salads or are we talking about my sexuality?
Adam and Eve.
Are we talking about
not
fruit
Adam and
salads or are we
Steve.
talking about my sexuality?
Adam and Steve. You are so damn fruity.
Are we
it's
talking
unreal.
about? I mean, I got a lot of fruit in me. It's right here.
Eve.
I don't know what to tell you. I like fruit.
It's not Adam and Steve.
Why do you hate fruit?
Girl, I know you piss fire. You don't like fruit?
Why do you hate fruit?
It's Adam and
I know you
it's
pissing
Adam
fire.
and
Cherry, why do you hate
are
fruit?
Why do you want
And
a
you
boner
constipated.
Cherry,
up
what's your
your
pH balance?
butthole? Why
pH
do you
balance.
want a boner up your butthole? Why?
Why
Why?
are we like this? What is
Why do
happening?
you
Why are
want
you
a
doing
boner
this?
up your booty hole?
Oh, you got
What
a
is wrong with this
flag, bro.
lady?
She got a flag. Harassment and bullying.
What
Damn
is
it! I
wrong
was
with this
having
lady?
fun. I'm bored.
I wanted to know her. I want to know her pH balance. I know her pH balance.
Oh, jeez.
I
Piss
just think
thick as
it's
hell.
crazy that she was talking about fruit salads as I'm eating a fruit salad. Eat your fruits,
family. I'm
guys.
not supposed to be up here, am I?
Oh, all good. No problem. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with.
Actually, not negative 4833. I'm sorry, character. It's
Negative
Ashley's
is
fault.
fucking crazy. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen 737-295-5321. I don't know why is it that the best y'all got is being, like I don't know. Your gay insults. It just sounds like you're projecting. Cherry, you look like you're roughly between the ages of 38 to 43. So you probably grew up around a time where it was shunned upon for you to be lesbian. And I'm here to tell you right now in 2026, you can just be lesbian. You don't have to come up on panels and tell 40. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty good at these things. You don't have to come up on panels and like project your homosexuality onto other people. You can just be a lesbian. I promise you, you can just be a lesbian, all right? And you have to take that up with, I guess, God, Jesus, Adam, Eve, and Steve. But you can be that. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. She said you look fruity. Okay, I don't know what that means. I actually don't know what that means. Debbie's in the chat to Miss Donna for the $2 Cash App. Wait, hold on. Yes, Cherry is overstanding. Cherry, you saw my video. Cherry, I chuckled so hard when I watched that video over again. That man said, I think you're not overstanding the issue. I ain't never heard. One thing about doing this, I hear shit I've never heard before. Never in my life have I heard that before.
You ever heard of understand? I understand.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't talked to any hoteps. Okay. All right. I see you.
Nope. I don't have to beg people to send the Cash App. Cherry, I didn't. Someone just sent it to me. Are you sad that people don't like you enough to send you money?
Hell, I do. Links in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. Thank you all so very much for your kindness.
Cherry, are you
help me, please, help me, please. Sorry.
That's what I think.
Bored.
That's what I think it is, Erica. I think they sit there, they watch these streams, and they see us read the donos, and they go, "Oh my God, I could never." Look at them sitting there, educating people, being beautiful, getting money. Ooh, I hate it. I wish I was as attractive. I wish I had that brain. Is that what it is? I promise you. Check this out. Check this out, Cherry. I don't even have like a degree. Everything I know is from getting my GED and reading. So there's hope for you. I don't know what job you have, how pathetic it is. There's hope for you. I promise you can try. Maybe one day you can get
God bless you.
Maybe one day. W's in the chat to Lotus for the $2 super chat. Hector don't want you, lady. I sure fucking don't. Is that what that was? Is that kind of one of those reverse situations where because you know what they say about boys? If boys like attack you or whatever, it means they like you, which is toxic as fuck. But whatever. Was that what that was? Was it reverse that? I guess it must have been. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, and we call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. And only Trump supporters. Please and thank you. We have someone in the box. Let's see if they load up. You rely on donations? Do you? I'm sorry you're projecting again. Mark, did you vote for Trump?
Oh, man, I would. Not only did I vote for him, I would vote for him if he ran in 2028.
Ah.
Hell yeah, brother.
God bless you.
Are you a constitutionalist?
I am, and you're not.
I'm not.
Ain't no way.
Interesting. Let's go band for band. Do you know what the 27th?
Hold on, let me ask you one more thing. Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Who is your president right now?
Who is
Your
the
mic
president
is
of the United
on.
States right now? Donald Trump.
Okay, and then another question. Who will be your president 2 years from now?
Literally no one knows. Can you see the future?
Trump is going to win it all.
I mean, again, can you see the future? Are you one of those crystal ball witch people?
You know, I saw the past in 2021 when the Democrats made everyone wear a mask. We don't have that anymore. Praise God for Trump.
But you do.
So what's the 22nd Amendment?
That came later on with FDR. Understand that was not in the original Constitution.
He didn't ask the question. He didn't answer the question. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did. FDR, yep.
So I'm so sorry. So do we have a 22nd Amendment to the Constitution or
You
no?
know what? All we got to understand right now is that Donald J. Trump is our commander-in-chief. Thank you.
But sir, you said that you're a constitutionalist. So as a constitutionalist, that means that you know the Constitution, right? Did he just leave? I'm fucking tired of these fudgesicles. No flashlight therapy, Bubba. Jeez.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I am so bored.
Me too.
I have a clip for this. I have a clip for everything, but I have a clip for this.
I'm a constitutionalist. What's the 22nd Amendment? That was written after FDR. Okay, but is it a part of the Constitution? You're a constitutionalist, right?
God damn it. It's gonna be funny!
Nerd.
It's the same person from earlier. Trump supporters request up in the box too, the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Also, that may be a spoiler, actually, so I don't think I'm going to play that. Go watch Invincible, y'all. The last season is out. All the episodes are out. Go watch Invincible if you haven't been watching it so far. It's a fantastic show. New episode of The Boys tomorrow night. Mint, I don't give a fuck about The Boys. The last episode was better than some of the ones they've been putting out. I'm just finishing it to finish it. I do not give a fuck about The Boys anymore. I think it fell off.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah.
Please. I like The Boys. It's a great show.
Well, turning that off. I hate it when you just get that one
You have a guest
that won't stop calling. and you can't fucking block it. So it's just a whole thing. It's annoying. Absolutely annoying. Y'all need to watch Power? Yeah, people have been telling me that for years.
Won't do it. Refuse.
What are your reasons?
Hmm?
What are your reasons for not watching it?
I just don't care. I'm not a fan of anything 50 Cent related. Anything that he has to do with, I just don't like him. And then also, I will tell the truth. Yes, Shauna, you do just be saying stuff. Talking about some of the boys is Basura. Let's be serious here. Whatever.
The boys is Basori now. It fell off.
Oh my gosh. Whatever. It's a great show.
You're missing out.
I don't know much about this new season.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, well, I haven't seen the new season yet, so I can't say. So I'm going to take your opinion and I'm going to put it in the Basura can.
I have some interesting voicemails here. Let's see. Why is it not
Say
playing?
that he is generally speaking in most cases and still is more against it than Kama would be.
Those were words.
What is this guy?
Can you answer? Because I'd like to debate you. Thank you.
That's a child.
God bless you.
What is that?
Thank you, What Now, for the boxing gloves. I appreciate you. WCU. And then there's this one.
Tell me what the number is.
My name's
It
Dave.
sounded like a kid. 737. Leave it up.
How do I sound like a maid?
295.
Okay. This guy's weird because I remember this number. This was the first. So this was Friday. This guy kept calling in, but you heard two people. One sounding more so like an adult, one like a child. The child kept talking. So I didn't answer the fucking phone, but there's an adult there. Why the fuck do you have your kid calling in? Y'all... Republican parents are shit and then they blame Democrats for your kids being not shit. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, like y'all ain't shit as parents and then you blame everything on Democrats and sex changes. Get the fuck out of here. What is this one?
Hey, why won't you show up, huh?
What? Yes, this is a pro-Trump account. Donald Trump is the king. We love Trump. You hear, Bubba? We love Trump.
We love Donald. What's wrong with you people?
Who?
Donald Trump.
His middle name is John.
We are the strict
Yeah,
parents.
John.
Yeah, you're not. Shut up, Jersey girl. We're at that point of the show. Oh, sorry. Oopsies. Unfortunately for you guys, no more keyboard warriors. No more keyboard warriors. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We saved that for, Russian bots and AI. No more keyboard warriors in the live. There's a request box and a number you can call in on the screen if you're a real legitimate person. Actually, who has an IQ above room temperature is willing to engage in a conversation outside of your fifis. W's in the chat to Melvin for the $5 super chat. You two have broken them. They fear the truth and will feel comfortable with the lies. Please continue to support black businesses. Juneteenth sale. Juneteenth sale. There's a link in Erica's bio that will take you directly to his shop. He has a Juneteenth sale with Juneteenth discount codes if you guys would like to check it out. If you guys would like to check it out. Erica, you want to go MAGA hunting?
I said yes. Let's do it.
Okay. So in order for Erica and I to put the price on it, you put the price on it.
Nah, because you better at it than I. I'm gonna have people spending the whole paycheck. I'm rude. I'm bougie.
All right, cool. If you all want me to go MAGA hunting at 8:31 p.m. at night, after I've already been live for going on 3 hours, you're gonna fucking pay me to do it. Unapologetically. No shame. You're gonna pay me to do it. 50 to Erica's links, 50 to my links, or just send it to me, send it to her, we'll split it. Doesn't fucking matter. If y'all want me to go fucking MAGA hunting, then you're gonna have to pay me to do it. Because I already had planned to do it with Erica sometime this week or next week or whatever, and y'all want to speed it up after the bullshit we've gotten today, no problem. You're gonna pay me to do it. Or in the next couple of minutes, I'm gonna get into some severance. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do. The choice is yours. The choice is yours.
Ha, I just want to say that someone threatened to mute me in the comment. And guess what? You can't mute me because I'm a mod. Ha 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 ha. Ha.
You
Ha ha
wanna
ha 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 ha
you
ha.
wanna entertain the people while I finish my fruit salad because I'm fruity?
Yes, please. And just eat your fruit salad because you're fruity. And find a woman's. She said, why? She said, why don't you want a women's? Let the singular and plural version of that word be kicking they behind, yo. Why don't you want a women's? What's something that I saw in the news? Oh, so I was listening to a mutual. Bubby, can you turn that down, please? Bubba, thank you. Okay, so I was listening to a mutual, and she has a very interesting theory about Donald Trump's whole like thing with Iran. It's not about, well, it's sort of about oil, but not all about. It's about getting rid of someone who knows his secrets. Someone that knows his secrets is the UAE. Getting rid of the United Arab Emirates because the Emiratis know all of his secrets. Do you all know that before Donald Trump became president, that his little special envoy guy to the Middle East named Steve Witkoff, that guy, the one that can't broker a peace deal right now, he actually met with the Saudis in 2024 before Trump took office, and I like wrong time. He did meet with them in 2024, but he met with them again after Trump had taken office in May, I think, of 2024. And he made a deal. He made a deal for the the Emiratis, to actually purchase $2 billion in World Liberty Financial in that coin. Yep,
Did you see my response to
$2
that
billion. What was it? I wasn't looking at the screen.
in
I'm
the
sorry.
chat?
What was
In
your
our chat.
response? Oh, I'll look at there.
Uh,
Look at there, look at there, look at there.
there's been an 86% drop in that currency.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah,
He's desperate. That's why he took the fucking money.
he is desperate, and yeah, and so like that means that they've lost a lot of money. And I mean, when people lose money, they start getting mad and whatnot and stuff. And like, she basically thinks that the Emiratis know all of Trump. And she's talking about the royal family, right? Not like just like the people. She's talking about the royal family. Like, how could he get rid of all of them? I need y'all to. I'll eat some cereal, Hector. I might be hungry.
Puerto Rican, get up in the box. Shut up. Latinos for Trump.
But
Fascinating. Don't make me get Joey in here.
that's wicked. That's definitely some like trees for chainsaws type shit. But yeah, she thinks that basically Donald Trump is using Iran to get rid of the UAE. And I think it's pretty freaking awesome, and it makes sense because they are the ones. Iran is striking the UAE more than anyone else.
That is an interesting theory. They haven't backed him in any of his military actions against other countries. They didn't support a lot of his tariffs. They do not support his support of Russia. And we're actually,
they still have dealings with China.
That's an interesting take.
Like they call them war games. I learned about it from my uncle, and basically it's like when they do the military exercises and shit like that. Like they pretend they're not. It's not real war. It's just a military exercise, strategic exercises. That's all. They participate in those with China.
Wasn't that the base that wasn't perfected in the UAE?
Protected. She meant protected.
W's in the chat to Godzilla, God King for the $10 super chat. For the Hunt Fund, also I'll debate you about The Boys being a good show, Hector. So The Boys, I think, was a good show. I think the quality fell off, specifically, I'm going to say even in season 3 it was good. I just think they just, at some point, and I'm not going to spoil for anyone, obviously, but I think at some point it stopped being more so about itself and its story and just more so started trying to copy not only the Trump administration, but everything else. And there's some parts that's fun about the way that they pick at things, but I just think they just kind of lost their fire. It doesn't feel as original as it used to be, in my personal opinion. But W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Ali for the $5 PayPal. MAGA hunting, please. All right, fine. That's 15. W's in the chat to Malia for the 5. Go hunt those MAGA chuds. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. That's 20. Again, I'm on a countdown.
I got 5.
You got 5? That's 25.
Yeah, I'm only staying for another 8 minutes. I'm not gonna hold you.
I got maximum 13 with me, unless we get an op.
13 with you? Okay.
Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I do want to talk about how real tax-paying American really loves Erica and feels personally slighted by a mute that she put on him 9 months ago.
Before you say that, I have to thank Mr. Mike. Thank you, Mr. Mike, for the 5. Let's MAGA hunt these hoes. I know that's right, Mr. Mike. Shout out to Mr. Mike.
Hoes. All right. W's in the chat to you. Y'all don't care about my friend's mental health. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. It has been a while, though. I was just going to plan it. I was going to actually plan it. And I was actually going to try for that on a Saturday live. Because I know the last few times it was kind of dry in terms of the weekday. I think a Saturday at 3 p.m. MAGA hunting live would go pretty crazy. And then we get a new batch of people versus the same old Texas for Trump, Enzo, wilding people. Yeah, I think so too. I bet Trump supporters are getting harder to find. Oh, clearly, Elizabeth.
I legit was in a live today, and of course they were talking about transgender people because that's all they care about for some reason. Weird, they're just weird, right? And so like it was a person. I don't know their pronouns, so I'm just gonna say them, they, whatever, gender neutral pronouns. So this person was speaking about transgender people, and it was in defense of, right? And then, like, the host is just being extremely rude. Which one are those? Those are mine. Put those back. $3. 5. Put them back.
User, did you? Wait, I know this profile picture. Hey, user, are you there?
I'm here.
How long is it gonna take before you run?
What do you mean run?
That's what you do every time. You never get up in the box. You spam in the chat. So how long is it going to take before you run, bro?
Oh, I am very proud of my vote. So there's nothing you can say that I cannot defend.
So
and
how
be
long will it
proud
take
of.
for you
can't
to
say
slur
that.
to run?
You can't say you're proud of your position. I am.
I actually can. It's easy. But did you say there's nothing I could say that you can't defend? Is that what you said?
100%.
Nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not pretending that Trump's perfect, but he's a hell of a lot better than anything you all got.
Oh, okay. But well, you're kind of changing your wording now. I want to reiterate this.
I will not pretend to be perfect or that he's perfect, but there's nothing you could say that would back me off of Trump. I don't believe. I mean, maybe.
Okay.
But I seriously doubt it.
So again, that's changing the words. So first it was nothing I could say that you couldn't defend. Right? And then it's nothing I could say that would make you back off of your support for Trump. Those are two different things. I do hope you understand that. So which one is it?
I'm not going to pretend that he's perfect, but
yeah, you said that for the third time.
Yeah, but we're a hell of a lot closer than Kamala or Joe Biden.
Closer to what?
A hell of a lot.
What are you closer to? I'm confused.
Well, you want a good candidate, somebody that knows something about government, that it's not completely corrupt and run by the globalists. You want Trump. You want a yes woman or a yes man that's run by the globalist and is neck deep in corruption. You want Biden or Kamala. And you're a smart guy and you know this. So you can't bullshit me and tell me you don't. You're voting on other stuff.
Yeah, I know you're dead wrong. So I don't know how Donald Trump could be more knowledgeable on running the government, considering that he, for starters, A, wasn't a career politician, B, didn't even know he was the president of, say, presiding over Puerto Rico, C,
God bless you.
Thank you so much, Twin, for the fireworks. W to you, Twin. I appreciate you. Big W to you. C, didn't understand how tariffs works, or better yet, specifically a trade deficit works, because that's what his equation pushed down by the Treasury put out, and it didn't take into consideration how that would work with countries specifically that get less from us. I don't know how any of that supports what you're saying here.
Well, you're getting ready to get a $2,000 tariff check.
Oh, you believe that we're getting a $2,000 tariff check?
I absolutely believe that. And I don't necessarily even care whether he gives it to us or not. I wish he would pay down the debt with it, honestly.
Okay.
You mean the tariffs that the Supreme Court found to be unconstitutional, and then they set up a portal so companies can like submit a claim for a refund?
And then he just went and raised the tariffs and made it legal. I mean, that was just nonsense bullshit. The court's trying to the court's trying to run the presidency.
What tariffs did he make legal?
They had some kind of loophole, and so he just raised the tariffs and made it legal to
You
where
mean, I
they
think
couldn't do it.
the section tariffs that he added on, the ones that he could only have for a limited amount of time. I believe it's like a 90-day period. It's either 90 or 180 days, but it's not permanent.
Look, I'm gonna give you my address, and y'all send me your tariff money, okay?
You're not getting any tariff money, and I'm glad that you don't care.
You will get it.
Sir, I'm still waiting on my $5,000 to $8,000 Doge check, and then the department was disintegrated.
Yeah, I hope we get it. I mean,
I don't know how we're supposed to get it from a department that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Did that bother you that he found out like trillions of dollars? Probably with a T, if we really got down and dug deep, probably $8 trillion worth of corruption. And mostly 80% of it was coming from Democratic-run states.
Incorrect.
By way of illegals.
Incorrect.
Facts. That is a fact.
Doge doesn't
and
even
you know it.
anything over $250 billion. So I would love to know where you found another $750 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse.
He was only there for a limited period of time. I mean, it is amazing.
You said you found $1 trillion, so I just want to know where you got.
No, I said I would estimate that if they had given more time. Yeah.
So you just pull this information out of your fifis, same fifis that tell you that you're waiting on a tariff check.
Well,
I mean, the biggest portion of tariff revenue that he was getting was shut down by SCOTUS.
Well, I believe we're going to get it. I would make that bet. I think we will get it.
Yeah. You have a lot
I hope we don't, because it's going to hurt inflation. It's going to raise inflation.
Oh.
But
so we're okay with the president of the United States running off of something that would spike up inflation after criticizing the likes of, say, under Biden, is it the American Rescue Plan, which is the last and biggest portion of COVID checks to Americans. So you were okay with bringing up inflation after he ran off of bringing down inflation?
I took the COVID money. I kind of wish they hadn't give it out because of inflation. I mean, candy bars are $3 or $4 now, but I took it. You know, it used to, you could buy a candy bar and a Pepsi for $2. Now it's like $8. So, and that'll probably happen again if they keep giving money away.
Did you see the videos of Doge employees explaining what they utilize, the methods they utilize to cut funding from programs, and that it wasn't about waste, fraud, and abuse? They didn't understand DIA. Did you see those videos? It's a good point, H. That's a fantastic point.
So your position is you don't think they are stealing you blind? That's bullshit. Your Democratic Party is stealing you blind.
Did absolutely nothing to reduce the actual waste, fraud, and abuse happening in the United States.
And bottom line, it's going to have to go through the court systems.
Have you been to doge.gov/savings?
I briefly looked at it. I have no control over it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a fact that they're stealing money. It is a fact. they're stealing money right and left and giving it away.
And Doge didn't find any of this money?
Yeah, they found, I don't remember the exact number, and you know they found it, and I know they found it. And Minnesota's a perfect example of it. California is just like Minnesota. You know they
So if
found
you
it.
go to
Pretending like they did.
Doge.com/savings and you look at the contracts that they showed, because the majority of it was canceled contracts, not mispayments, not money that they retrieved from people funneling through the system. It was just canceled contracts, specifically surrounding women, black people, agriculture, so on and so forth. That was how they came up with the $200-something billion number. None of it was from prosecutions of fraud. We still don't have those.
So you think
on the
Somali
federal
is
level.
just, you think that Somali fraud's just made up too, I guess?
I think the Somali fraud was prosecuted under the Biden and Tim Walz administration in 2022. It was found in 2019, 2020 during Trump's term, and the full prosecutions came to play, or end of those things came to play in 2022, and then Donald Trump decided to tokenize it.
This is what I can't figure out. This is what I can't figure out when I talk to somebody like you. I can tell you're not stupid. I can tell you know better than what you're saying. I don't know what your end game is. You're just going to like let the fraud and inflation and just absolute corruption get out of control to where we're like Greece or Venezuela and our money's absolutely worthless. I don't know what your end game is.
Did it get out of the control that we were like Greece and Venezuela and so on? Or did Joe Biden actually implement policy that actually had the United States, have the fastest
Joe
recovery?
Biden didn't do nothing. Joe
Yeah, the
Biden.
Inflation Reduction Act did do something, because you can even look at the numbers, right?
Joe Biden
I mean,
was
you keep
asleep.
pivoting. Sure, he was asleep, just like Donald Trump fell asleep at his cabinet meeting. We get it. Okay, they
But you
sleep. They're
honestly think Joe
old.
Biden was
I'm
running the
sorry, they're
country?
old. They're
Answer
old.
me
Who
that question.
cares?
Answer that question.
No,
Be
no. I
honest.
need you to focus on what's being said, sir, because you keep pivoting. All right. I need you to stay in one spot and have a linear thought, please. Okay. Let's do that. The linear thought that I need you to focus on is, what was the inflation rate, all right, in June of 2022? And then what was the inflation rate in August of 2023?
What was, I didn't look. I go on bottom line. I mean,
You
you
go
can
on
make up
bottom
any
line.
numbers you want to make up, but illegals are here for fraud. The new Green Deal is all about fraud. Everything that the
Jeez
Democrats do is
Louise.
about fraud, and you know it.
Ain't no way, Hector. There's no
It's
way.
about
This is real.
handouts, self-pity, and fraud.
I just want to point out that he said he knows I'm smarter than this and I don't believe the things that I'm saying, but he hasn't pointed out a single lie that I've told.
I'm saying you can read a statistic and you can choose to believe it or not.
You're
You
correct.
said you can make up any number.
Yeah, I can read a statistic. So here's a statistic that I'm showing you right now in regards to what Erica said. So we can look at 2022 June, where inflation hit its peak of 9.1%. And then we can look at it in August of 2023, in which it hit that number reduced to 3.7%. We can keep that trend consistent from June to July 2022, 8.5, 8.3, 8.2, 7.7, 7.1, 6.5. 2023 January, 6.4, 6.0, 5, 4.9, 4, 3, 3.2, 3.7. Can you tell me when the Inflation Reduction Act was passed, user?
No, but I can tell you that the numbers you just quoted, you're looking at an average of about 7% inflation. Do you think that's good?
What?
With the numbers you just said, 9, 3, 6, you're looking at an average of about 7%. You had a 3% in there
for 2022 was 8. The average for 2023 was 4. The average for 2024 was 2.9. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris got inflation under control. Specifically,
and you believe
after
that?
August of 2022.
You believe that?
I believe the numbers that support that. Yeah.
You don't believe that, and I don't believe it. You know that's bullshit.
So you're disagreeing with the inflation rates month after month after the Inflation Reduction Act passed.
COVID was the major reason for inflation. COVID handouts
Oh.
and corruption.
Oh. So then the inflation rate has nothing to do with Joe Biden.
Yeah, because he's the one that was implementing the policies.
Oh,
or whoever was running the country. It wasn't Joe Biden.
You
I don't
said,
know who it was.
no, you just said the majority of inflation was because of the pandemic and the fallout that we had from that event.
They handled it.
The way they
When
handled
you
it?
got the dumbest people in the world that handled it.
I'm sorry.
You know,
You said the
inflation's
government,
gonna
you
go
said
up.
the spending. Who spent the most money on the pandemic? Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Who spent the most money? I don't know.
The two biggest packages of COVID relief that went to Americans happened under the Trump administration. Not the two biggest, excuse me, correction. The majority of them happened under the Trump administration. Two and only one under Biden.
Well,
the majority of the
Trump
money
was
that he
up
even spent on COVID in his first term wasn't even COVID related. It was other things, mostly surrounding the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, 2018.
So you got to look at Trump was up against this crazy nonsense Russia bullshit, Ukraine bullshit, quid pro quo bullshit. That E.G. Carroll bullshit, all these felonies bullshit. So basically, he was just throwing money out there to try to counterbalance all this crazy accusations.
So a
for
sitting
votes.
president of the United States used taxpayer dollars to fund his personal vendettas against people who made claims against him, most of which were
he's done it for
substantiated.
votes. No, he sent it out trying to counterbalance, trying to hope that people would see through that ignorant shit.
Again, you're saying that the president of the United States took your tax dollars and spent it on his cases. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying
A
he give it
literal
away.
billionaire took your money and spent it on his bullshit, and you voted for him again in 2020 and
He gave it
2024.
away in the form of all those COVID handouts.
He gave it away. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
got
not
some
what
of
you
it. I'm
just
not
said.
crying about it, but that did contribute
Our
to it.
money went into our wallets with the COVID checks.
Well, you know, I paid a
said
shit ton of
Trump was too
taxes.
busy
I don't know
fighting
how
all
much
these
you
different
paid.
things that he had to spend it on that. That's where you said the money spent came from.
Well, I paid a lot of taxes that year, and if I got to have somebody managing it, it would definitely be Trump over Biden or Kamala.
How does it feel to be a Trump shill?
How does it feel? It feels like I'm a hell of a lot smarter than the other 49% of America.
This is an
Or
example of
I just have
smartness.
more at
Then I
stake.
guess I'm a fucking moron.
No, you're not. That's the thing that bothers me about you. You're not stupid. You're smart. You coming in somewhere, you got an ulterior motive. I think it's. I'm not going to say. I don't want to judge you, but
No,
I
say
think
it.
you're smart
What's my
enough to
ulterior
know.
motive? Tell me. What's my ulterior motive? Do I want to get paid by the DNC? Tell me what it is. I want to know. What is it?
Yeah, I think you don't understand. You can't just give shit away forever and make the economy grow. That's the difference between Trump and Biden.
What did I ever say anything about giving money away forever?
Well, you don't ever say anything on your platform that makes me believe that you're dumb enough, as like most of these Democrats are, to believe that the government can just give you money. You're smart enough to know that ain't true, but you're going for
The
it
government
anyway.
can give you money, but then we'd pay it back.
Yeah, we do, and it's called inflation, and you running the dollar. So we just got to be better in all these third world countries. But when we keep people like Joe Biden in there, we're going down faster and faster.
Why are you under the belief that Joe Biden was just giving a bunch of money away? What?
I know he did. That's the Democratic platform. Everybody's a victim. Everybody needs a handout. And let's just get around and cry closets and tell each other how hard our lives are.
Yeah,
when we
that's
got
not
the
how that
best
works
country in the
at
history
all.
of the world.
In the slightest. You could
That's a
not be
fact.
more wrong.
That is a fact. I mean, it's just a fact. It's sad to say, but
The administration
it's true.
championed
I
justice,
legit hate
and
it
if
here.
that yeah, me too. If that justice came in the form of a payment for harm's cause, then yes, that was the case. It came in the payment of relief of over 160 or 175, I believe, $billion in student loans, specifically in regards to predatory lending, which Donald Trump's picks over that department is still sorting out to this day. It came in the
Predatory
forms
lending.
of giving Americans their money back and not kicking them off of programs that they pay into with their tax dollars. Yes, that was the presidency of Joe Biden. Yes, predatory lending for higher education. These are well-documented cases. We have one pending right now where they're giving fraudulent loans or the fraudulent pretenses.
So people are not smart enough to know what they're getting into. You make a deal, you sign your name on something.
It's not about smart enough for anything. It's about misleading information and terms. It is about jacking up interest rates.
So you think that Joe Biden should have erased all the college debt? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think he should have erased all of it. I think the people who benefited from it should have. I think it should have been more.
I think if you're going to go to college and you want to invest that much of your life into it, then you need to have some skin in the game. You can't just make me pay for your college and then say, "Ah, hell with it. It's too hard to do. I quit. Here, pay my loans for me." That's basically what you're saying.
People who went to college for 6 months and dropped out. The fuck? What are you talking about?
That's basically what you're saying.
No,
They
nothing
shouldn't have any
about what
skin
I
in the
said.
game, and they don't
adds
if
that.
I have to pay for it, or you, or whoever else gets up and goes to work.
You guys got a lot of energy for the average American getting any form of relief versus the corporations, say, specifically during the pandemic, under your president, who is forgiving a shit ton of PPP loans, who's giving corporations bailouts. Hell, we just gave Argentina one, direct payment of $20 billion. The rest is in the private sector. No criticism for that, but God forbid an American who makes less than 6 figures, and less than that in many cases, gets some kind of relief from the government, and you have a problem with that. That's not very America first.
I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem with them paying off them kids' loans where they've got no skin in the game. And their
What does it mean to have skin in the game? What do you mean by that?
That means they go do what they want. If it don't work out, hell with it, I quit. Somebody else is paying for it. It's got to mean, you got to mean something to
There were
you.
prerequisites for the individuals whose student loans they paid. Majority of it was prioritized around government workers, people who worked for the government, saw the best of those benefits. So people who served this country got priority in getting their student loans forgiven.
Well, if you can't pay off your student loan, I don't think you're going to. College is going to do
People
you
can't
any
pay
good.
off their student loans because they can't find a job in this economy.
That's because you piped in 30 million illegals during the
Have
Biden.
30 million undocumented migrants here in the United States. You ain't never heard a lie that
Nobody
you didn't believe.
knows, but we probably do.
Now I'm stealing Erica's fucking line. You just believe everything these people tell you. Where do you get your news from? Where do you get your news from?
I'm just using common sense.
Sure. Common sense ain't so common anymore. Where do you get your news from?
Well, I listen to a lot of it. I listen to everything the liberal media says, and then I go fact check them and see what the actual words out of Trump's mouth was. And 95% of the time, they lie.
Really?
So now that I know their character, I just don't believe anything they say.
Yeah, cool. Check this out. I'm a liberal. Tell me if 95% of what I'm about to say is a lie. Is Donald Trump a civilly liable sexual assaulter?
Hell no, that retarded woman didn't know what year or where it was at or nothing else. You know for a fact.
Slur to run. He slurred to run. Jesus Christ. Brandon, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
And do you regret your vote?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Yeah. So I've been on here a couple of days now. I mainly pay attention to public, like localized politics. I've just recently started getting into global politics and.
Is he breaking up for anyone else? Is he breaking up
Yes,
for
he
anyone?
is.
Yes. Okay. You got to get to an area where you have better service because we can't hear you. You're cutting out badly. Get the likes over to 100K, bro. Yeah, we can't hear you, buddy. Figure that out. W's in the chat to Stacy for the $1.99 super chat. Caller, I ain't gonna pay for no schooling. You should have paid for your own, clearly. You should have taken your ass back to school. You wouldn't sound so fucking... What do you do with someone like that? I was talking to Steve, or Facts Still Matter. Those of you who don't know him, he's a fantastic creator. Go follow him. He's planning to go on something called the Do Something Tour. He's going not country to country, state to state across the country. He's going to be knocking on doors, talking to Americans who felt left out, no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, whether you voted or not. And he talked about coming here to Texas, and then I was going to go out with him. And then I had my things. I've done canvassing before, not in this region, which, to be fair, I don't live in a GOP ass area, but it's different when your whole thing is to go talk to people, especially in rural areas, rural gun-toting, staunch conservative Republican white people, and go into their homes and talk to them about politics and every single thing that they think is sent down from the devil, right? And I was thinking about one, I get some protection from the sense of if you guys know who Steve looks like, he will probably temper some of those things until they see my ass. But I was thinking about what happens if we're sitting down in someone's house and he's like user right there. What could we possibly do face to face with someone who is that far gone? What can we do? What can we do? I truly believe there's some people, there's no reaching them. There's no reaching them. He believed everything, every single thing, every single talking point. 30 million this, Eugene this, taxes this, waste, fraud, and abuse this, Biden this, Kamala this. That guy doesn't listen to the other side.
No, he doesn't. He said out of his mouth, he said, I can't wait to get my terror check, my 2000 terror check, and I don't care if I don't get it. What's the point of talking to you? There's no point. Good day, sir.
Ain't shit you can do.
I said good day.
Guys, if you'd like to support the platform, you may do so with the links in the bio. Whether you want to say hi to my cute face, support everything we...
Hello. One moment, please. Thank you.
Ricky, how old are you? Erica, you've been damn quick with this mute button. Shit!
I am.
Guys, if you want to support the platform, you may do so with the links in the bio. You want to say hi to my face, support the stream, or donate to the Ashwagandha Fund. Better get the Shot Fund, because I may go get one. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker, or check out the link in the description of this live stream. Erica is also here. Please make sure you check out the links in her bio and support her that way too. Ricky, back to you. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you, Ricky?
I'm 20.
Date of birth?
2000 and...
I'm assuming you get a lot of people up here like that. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Back to you, Brandon. You were saying why you regretted Trump.
So I've been getting more into like global politics. I wasn't super into politics until about a year ago. Year or two ago, I was getting super into it, and probably much like a lot of people that were on MAGA side, I obviously followed like Charlie Kirk, stuff like that. I found Charlie Kirk through like religious things before I found his political stuff. And then that's when I found Dean and Parker, and I started listening to a lot of their live streams here recently, and I debated both of them, and they actually got me to entirely pull my support from Trump entirely. So I regret my vote because of what's going on currently with the main point that I can point out 100% is a lot of the stuff with immigration, man. First of all, that guest that was in here was entirely, it seemed, uninformed. I believe the amount of undocumented that came under Biden and Harris was more 5 million to 10 million. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Jim, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yep.
Hold for one moment while I finish up with this guest here. Sorry, go ahead.
Absolutely. So I believe the statistics on the actual numbers was more like 5 million to 10 million. And even then, I think it might be lower than 10 million. I'm not entirely, you would have to fact check that. I'm not entirely sure.
No, I think it's no less than 2.7 to 3, no more than 4.3 to 5.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming it was probably lower. So what ended up making me entirely pull my support was, so my line of work, I work with a lot of Haitian and Venezuelan cultured people, okay? And everything going on with the TPS right now, you'll see a lot of people from MAGA say, oh, well, we want people in the country that are trying to take the right avenues and try to be here legally. We don't want illegal immigrants here. And my problem with the administration really right now is, well, the people that are here on TPS are trying to find a pathway to citizenship through your system that is failing. And now you want to take away the TPS and force roughly 750,000 immigrants to become illegal immigrants, and I just don't feel that is right, nor is it American. So I pulled my support from him entirely because of that.
I don't disagree with any of that. Question is, I hope you're aware of the fact that it is a midterm election. What are we doing about your vote now?
In terms of
Congress, the people who are supporting this administration, the people who are voting on behalf of things like him continuing this war in Iran, some additional things with taxes, the ballroom, the proposed $1 billion now out of taxpayer funds that was introduced today that we'd have to pay for. The Republicans, the people who voted for him, the MAGAs, who are going to vote on behalf of all of these things that are going to make this country worse, including worsening the immigration process. So, I don't know what state you're in, but you may have had... Wait, what state are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in Ohio.
Ohio? Oh, your primaries are today. Shit. Did you vote today? Or is it early voting today? Hold on.
No, I wasn't even tracking on that.
Primaries. Shit. Ohio primaries is today. Yeah, this is voting day. Yeah, this isn't even early voting. Primary election, in-person voting header for the 2026 special election with 21 once, absentee. Okay. So you have...
Yeah, it was today.
Yeah. Early voting was last month on the 7th, and it was the Sunday before Election Day. So this past Sunday, your polls your polls are already closed. Yeah. So you will not get to choose your primaries, and that's just amongst parties, Republicans against Republican, Democrat versus Democrat. But the general election is coming up, so you can vote in your general election. And if your candidate is a maggot, then vote for the Democrat. Vote for the independent on the governor level all the way down. That's the best you can do now. We can reduce the powers of this administration and get the right people, specifically in the Senate, who would vote on behalf of the impeachment. That's all we can do.
I've also been attempting to do my part. So obviously I'm not as super educated as a lot of the Democratic Party, especially since I'm just now kind of switching over. So I'm doing the best that I can with trying to convince people in my local area, because there are a lot of people that are Republican that are around me, and I am trying to convince them the wrong that is happening. But I've been trying to educate myself as much as I can, especially with like what affects locally, mainly like the TPS and the way that the Haitian people in my community are treated. That's like the biggest impact, and I try to speak out about all of that. So
no, speaking is cool. Vote is your voice as well, and vote is your power specifically. I do appreciate you coming up. Since I have this person on the line, I'm going to go ahead and cut you off here. But I do appreciate you coming up. Just keep doing the work. Keep listening to the information. Keep fact checking it. And we'll see what happens after this. Fucking fuck! Was literally about to answer the phone. Yeah, it's fine. I'm tired. I appreciate you coming up, Brandon. You take it easy, man.
Absolutely. Thank you.
W. Brandon, I guess. Slight W to Brandon. Slight W to Brandon. All we can do now is move forward. So, That's a great point that he made. We want to talk about legal immigration, giving people the ability to come here safely and legally and contribute to society. Oh, he called back. And then we want to make people illegal. Donald Trump has literally made people illegal immigrants. Jim, you're on the line. Sorry about the wait. Did you vote for Trump?
Hello?
Yes, Jim. Do you hear me?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. Did you vote for Trump?
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Fuck, I got disconnected.
Is it my thing? No, he heard me the last time. I don't... I'm gonna give it 3 more minutes and then we're done, bro. We're done. I'm tired. Days like this, like you just have those weird vibe days on the app. Just those really weird vibe days where you either get the just absolute fucking weirdos and trolls and hard R slurs, or you get people like User. It's weird, bro. It's absolutely weird. Yuck! I got disconnected. Exactly. So I thought I was going to be able to get you guys the bet video, Sunday's bet video tomorrow, but I forgot about the Fun and Fact show, and that's usually the time where I'm editing. So I will get that at a different date.
Call from
Harry.
Caller, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Did you vote for Trump?
Caller, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Take a wild guess.
I'm asking you. Did you vote for Trump?
All 3 times.
You're a Trump supporter.
Mm-hmm.
You're a Republican.
Through and through. You got a problem with that?
You support the Second Amendment.
Goddamn right I support my firearms. What are we talking about? I support
What do
my
you
right to
think
shoot you
about-
whenever I want with an AR. In public or in a
Nice.
school.
What do you think about... Hell yeah. What do you think about California compliance with AR-15s?
California compliance? I don't mind complying as long as I have my gun.
Check this out. I'm talking like California compliance in regards to features on an AR-15, like a collapsible stock, a front grip, pistol grips, 30-round mags.
Oh, are them
all that
Democrats trying to take away the attachments that turns your weapon into a mass destruction?
Yeah, what do you think about all that?
I think them damn Democrats are always trying to do too much to protect children. I say fuck them kids.
I mean, why do you think, like, they want, like, why do you think they want everybody's AR-15 so bad?
Simple. I think Democrats want everyone's AR-15s so that way less people would be shooting up schools and then they'd be able to track more people with guns.
That seems like why they have gun registration in California and Oregon, too. I lived in Oregon and I lived in Washington a while because I, did a lot of work up and down the coast, on the West Coast. And I had to live in a lot of those states. And I noticed how a lot of the gun laws were in each place and how they differ from city to city. And it's just wild how California has a governor that goes out of his way, along with Rob Bonta, to try to get draconian gun laws passed to fuck with, an AR. It's not just the AR-15. It's any semi-automatic rifle. I'm sure you already know this. I'm not trying to preach to you, but just anybody who's listening too. They try to take any semi-automatic rifle that has a detachable magazine. That's what determines it as an assault weapon. And I had a Democrat try to tell me no, it was only for fully automatic weapons, and it's firm. They just want to take them based off of the way they look because they look scary.
Well, some of those attachments can turn those weapons to Armalite, but sure.
It's wild. Even like pistols, they want to go after Glocks and they want to go after the gun
Is Brett live?
manufacturers? What do you think they want to go after the
Is
gun
Brett live? I want to send
manufacturers
this guy
for?
a
I've always
Brett.
wondered,
Oh,
like,
fuck,
what other
Brett doesn't have a
people's
call-in line.
perspectives were on that.
Where's Brett? Why do you think the Democrats want to take everyone's guns?
I think they just don't like anybody except the military and law enforcement having them. Same with like knives, like switchblades, butterfly knives. You know, they make all those kind of restrictions and and
that's interesting.
Try to regulate everything.
One thing I can say about those Democrats, I know a couple of them. The majority of Democrats that I know here in Texas have firearms. So I guess it's not just the cops and the military. You can ask a question, ma'am. I apologize. I have one of those dirty liberals on the panel with me. Go ahead and ask your question, dirty liberal.
I'll be that. Okay. All right, cool. Whatever. You stinky, filthy Republican. Listen, so I have a question for you. Do you, like, if I told you, right, that I live in the state of Texas, right? And in Texas, I don't have the ability to, let's say, um, get an abortion, right? I can't get an abortion in the state of Texas, right? But I can in New Mexico or in Arizona, right? If I need to get an abortion or get any type of, like, reproductive health care, let's say if I had a miscarriage or something like that and I needed to get a DNC, which is a surgical procedure that removes any remaining tissue, right? Do you think should I just stay in Texas? Because I don't like this law. I don't like this law in Texas that says that I can't do what I want with my body. Should I just stay in Texas or do I need to move from Texas?
Sounds more like a personal problem. Shouldn't be getting pregnant.
Shouldn't be getting pregnant? Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And you live in California?
I moved to Nevada. I got the fuck out of that liberal piece of shit place.
You got the fuck up out of that piece of shit liberal place is what it was?
Yeah, I would stay in Texas too. Texas is great. See, the thing is about abortion is having a
you know what's
miscarriage
funny, Hector, is that
and
he's
having
still
an
in
abortion are
California.
two
And we know
different
that he's
things.
still in California. That's why he's focused on California, because if he actually had a problem with it, if he didn't have a problem with it and he was able to freely own what he wants to own, then he wouldn't be having this conversation with you right now. So the whole thing is, sir,
You're worried about your
is
body, so I'm
that
worried about my
you
Second Amendment rights.
care more so. You actually pretend to care about state rights, but you don't understand state rights.
Okay, but
You don't
understand an
understand.
abortion and a miscarriage are two different things.
Actually, no. One's a spontaneous miscarriage.
No, the abortion means that you're killing
Yeah,
a
like go
live
look it up.
baby.
I know you want to talk
not
about
getting
that. It was used for
okay.
illustrative purposes, sir.
See how they
All
cut you
right,
off.
so go
Democrats
have
always
that
try to cut you off.
conversation with a
there's no point.
woman. Go have
No
that
point, guys.
conversation
They
with
just
a
keep
woman.
going.
Because this isn't a conversation about abortion, you dumbass.
Going on and on. We gotta just
It's
listen.
not a
Let's just
conversation
listen.
about abortion, you dumbass.
I mean, I would silence her, but I am very pro First Amendment, and I think you guys can gauge back and forth without my silencing. So,
Abortions and miscarriages are two different things. There's nothing wrong with you getting, like you were saying, like excess baby fucking parts out of your body after you know. If you're gonna have a miscarriage, that's a different thing from an abortion.
How many lists are you
An
on?
abortion is a personal thing, right? So if you get
How many
an
lists are
abortion,
you
that
on?
means you got knocked up.
This
and
is
now
not.
you don't
That's
want
not
to
how an
take
abortion
care of
works,
that
you nut job.
responsibility.
I don't have the
It means you
patience
don't
for
want
this
to take care of
guy
that responsibility, and it might be a good
because
thing
he's not going to
some
stop
people
talking.
some people do not
He's not going to
deserve
stop
to
talking,
be
so there's no
mothers
point in doing this
or
with him.
fathers. They don't deserve to have kids. So I think abortions are
Oh my
actually
God.
sometimes necessary.
You know what I'm going to
because
say?
some
You know
people
what I'm
do
going to
not
say
deserve
to
kids.
you? He won't stop talking.
Some people
How am I
don't
supposed to do
have
this? He won't stop
don't
talking.
shouldn't be kids have fathers. They shouldn't be mothers. They shouldn't have
He
kids.
literally
So
won't
yeah,
stop
go ahead
talking.
and
I
have an
could care
abortion.
less.
Go ahead and have an abortion. You should definitely have an abortion because I would hate to have more parents that believe like you raising kids into beta males. All right, that's the biggest problem. We have beta male
you
parents
want to talk about
raising boys
beta
into
male
bitches.
energy?
We have women
Hey,
raising.
I don't know if
men
I don't know if
into
you picked up on what happened. You're the dumb fuck who called into the live where the topic was defend the indefensible. Trump supporters regret your vote, and have the nerve to ask me if I was a Trump supporter. You're the dumb fuck who went along with me for quite some time as I was trolling you in your
You
face.
asked me if
You're the
I
dumb fuck
supported
who
Trump.
doesn't know shit about states' rights or women's bodily autonomy. You're a dumb fuck who's more obsessed with your goddamn firearms versus actually going outside and learning how to engage with talking with a woman.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
So unless you can take the firearms nozzle and shove it up your ass, if you haven't tried it already with aloe or coconut
Oh, you
oil,
know what?
you should
That's
probably
why would I
find
wanna-
a personality,
that's fun.
put down this
You go
bullshit
ahead
that you
and
have
have
going
fun
on here
following
and
this
worry about
narrative.
things that actually matter. Because I can assure you that a firearm
I'm
can
not
keep you
worried
warm
about
at night,
somebody being
that a
able to
firearm
kill
will
a
make
baby.
you
I
more
don't give
money.
a fuck
And
about
quite
that. You wanna
frankly, if
kill a
you
baby,
keep down the
get
path
knocked
that
up,
you're
go
going
ahead.
on right
It's on
now,
you.
you're going to take that firearm,
You need to
put it
leave
in your
Second
mouth,
People's Second
and have
Amendment rights
fireworks
alone.
happen after you pull
You
the trigger.
motherfuckers are only worried
Fireworks,
about, oh,
very red,
trans
very
rights,
gutsy. And I, for one, despite the fact that you're an enraging piece of shit, I think you should live. But I think you should live if you're not going to choose to be a waste of space. And if you continue to choose to be a waste of space, then I would honestly suggest that you do a backflip off a balcony with your fucking firearm. Shut the fuck up, you goddamn moron. You are pathetic. Why are you so obsessed with guns over everything else that impacts your life more? Your taxes. Your taxes, regulations to protect your food and the environment. Why are you more concerned with restrictions on a gun and banning of attachments that you probably don't fucking own versus actually caring about shit that matters? You said you're so Second Amendment. I bet you don't know that Donald Trump challenged the Second Amendment twice. You don't know, do you? Thank you, Sharon, for the fireworks. You don't know, do you? Donald Trump said, take the firearms, due process later. You don't know about that, do you? You don't know about the fact that Donald Trump quite literally looked at a man who legally was permitted to carry and said he shouldn't have had a firearm in public when his fucking Gestapo killed him. You don't give a shit about none of that. Oh, not this slur, you bitch-ass motherfucker. Oh. Anyway.
You can't even use illustrations with these people. Because all it took was to say the word abortion to trigger him.
Hey,
When the
how you
matter at
doing?
hand is states' rights. That's what the matter at hand was, is states' rights.
Yeah. Real deal. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did. I come in peace, brother. I come in peace. Hey, that other guy was just too much. Can I ask you a serious question?
Eating?
Sure.
No, I'm not eating. Okay. So, somebody told me to come up and talk with you. Okay.
Someone told
They
you to
said
come
that-
up and talk to me?
Yeah, that's my niece. She said you're a smart man. Okay. All right. So this is the deal. Okay. Can you explain to me what the 14 points of fascism? I think that's what it is.
14 tenets of fascism?
Yes, there you go. And kind of apply that to Trump. I'm trying to learn something here. I come in peace.
Okay.
And I'll mute and I'll listen. I won't try to talk you into believing something different. I will just sit here and listen.
Yeah, I could do
and
that.
apply them to Trump.
Not a problem. I'll pull it up on the screen for you. You guys can read it alongside me if you would like.
Send him
Erica?
$100.
Erica, you want a tag team? You want to go one for one?
Sure. Not really. I don't like teaching people for free. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I got it. So the 14 characteristics.
He
or
didn't even
tenets of
answer the
compliance-
question.
No, he did. It's fine. I'm gonna do it for his niece. For his niece, I'm gonna help him out. So number one would be powerful and continuing nationalism. I think Santana did already for you. Oh, y'all know him? Okay.
That's what I was about to tell you. They say Santana already did it for him.
Okay. So Santana's already broken this down to you before? Real deal? Real deal?
Hello? I just had to unmute.
Yeah. The chat is saying Santana already went over the 14 characteristics or tenets with you.
Santana?
Yeah.
No, I don't go and listen to live Democrats.
Another black guy also wears a lot of hats, much bigger head.
One moment. Was this on Dean's live or on his own?
I
Chat.
Good question.
Call from.
Someone's on the line. Hold, please. He was on Dean's and Parker's. Okay, so he probably, I guess Santana was paneling with them versus being on the panel. He got.
Someone said this just happened 5 minutes ago.
Can we continue?
Whose live were you on a couple minutes ago?
What's that?
Whose live were you on a couple minutes ago?
Some girl named Pam. She has a picture of a pig, and the people she had up there started talking about, where are you from? Why don't you know these things?
Hold on.
This and that. Why didn't you search for it?
But what abolitionist means as a whole would be,
Hold a second.
to end any system, any carceral system. And so maybe that's where you're getting hung up, because I think you might not be ready to
Her
abolish
panel was
police, or
really,
maybe you're not ready
really
to
mean.
abolish like immigration detention centers or something like that.
Yeah, so like I said, I've been also in detention centers as well, and I haven't really seen the same
Just waiting on an answer from him.
lack of effort. And this is just anecdotal, like I said, it's all pretty much anecdotal for me from the inside, from both parts of the system. So when I was in the detention centers, I noticed like a more effort of rehabilitation than I have in the prison system. So I do believe that we do need some sort of like, for lack of better words, a holding facility.
He doesn't know.
Something.
He doesn't know. Alrighty. He's telling the truth. I don't know where y'all saw him.
The rehabilitation.
Like I told you, I was in Pam's live before I came here. And they were really, really mean to me. Like if I was some stupid MAGA person.
I have no idea who Pam is. So, number one is going to be powerful and continuing nationalism. Fascist regimes tend to make constant use of patriotic mottos, slogans, symbols, songs, and other paraphernalia. Flags are seen everywhere, as are flag symbols on clothing and in public displays. I don't think I need to tell you how much of a nationalist that Donald Trump is. He's very much proud of it. He runs off of America First, despite its racist history. In regards to the groups such as the Triple K that have used it in the past, because that America did not include people who looked like myself and Erica. Talk about his reduction of immigrants, his attacks on birthright citizenship, because he does not view people born in the United States from parents of immigrants as American as others. We can talk about the fact that he quite literally even went as far as to threaten to deport and criticize the left specifically, who does not agree with him, which isn't really nationalist. It's more so, I guess, Trump nationalist. So yes, he's extremely nationalist, and it's very powerful in the ways that he's not only aligned himself with the likes of Israel to support his narrative, but other institutions that will push that message abroad, putting golden statues of himself in the Gaza Strip, and his other plans for things like the White House ballroom, which is now going to be paid for by the taxpayer dime if his $1 billion proposal passes today. Not today, but that was proposed today, passes today. Number two is disdain for the recognition of human rights. Donald Trump quite literally is violating the 4th, 5th, 9th, 10th, 14th, 17th amendments in regards to due process and everything that comes between, despite the Constitution giving undocumented migrants due process so long as they're in the jurisdiction thereof. Donald Trump has denied them said due process, not only in his detainment, but deportations of immigrants, while challenging, in some cases, their legal documents, going as far as to saying their birth certificates and real IDs were forged. Then we can talk about his attacks on the transgender community, even going as far as to creating a department in the FBI to explore, alongside proposed by Stephen Miller, to explore taking away firearms from transgender people, specifically under the guise of them being the majority of mass shooters in the U.S., which is a bold-faced lie. They're the insignificant minority. And you can disagree with transgender people and their identity, but they would have every right to a firearm just as much as every other tax-paying American would. Number 3, identification of enemies / scapegoats as a unifying cause. Democrats. He's literally called us the enemy within. He said we're the true fascists. We're destroying the country. He hates us. Verbatim, he said, I hate them. I hate them so much.
I've heard him say that.
Yeah.
Keep going, brother. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm not an ignorant person. I watch. I watch and see what he's doing. But yeah, I'm sorry. I keep going.
Number 4 is supremacy of the military. Even when there are widespread domestic problems, the military is given a disproportionate amount of government funding and domestic agenda is neglected. Soldiers and military service are glamorized. While I respect and understand, obviously, taking care of our troops, Donald Trump has taken it to another level, going as far as Agenda 47 in that 16-point plan. The last one, 16.2, mentioning banning transgender people from the military, people who have served this country honorably, banning them just because of their gender identity. Also going as far as to proposing to increase the budget up to $1.5 trillion after bringing it up to about $8 trillion just to use it in wars. And I believe we're spending up roughly $2 billion a day now in Iran. With the recruitment ads that we've had. God bless you. Again, I'm not against the military, but it's more so the way he's weaponizing it. Back to the point of him scapegoating domestic issues. He's utilized the military for shows, and they're currently at the southern border going after migrants, many of them legal, versus actually keeping us safe from other foreign real threats, such as potential Russian and Iranian entities in the United States. 5, rampant sexism. I think I'm just going to summarize this by saying that he's quite literally scapegoated the 2 women, not only the 2, but 2 women in his administration so far for directives that he gave them. One being Kristi Noem, who is now out of DHS, and we moved in Mark Wayne Mullen. And the second one being, what's her name?
Pam Bondi. Now
you.
Todd Blanche is the acting AG.
Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi was given directives to not release the Epstein files, quite literally not to prosecute it, to flag his name with 1,000 FBI agents that were hired at the time. Not FBI, now I'm mixing up the departments. That was Kash Patel. And because they followed his orders, the quotas that they were given down to DHS, and the policy that they ran in Minnesota of detaining so many people, which led to the deaths of Renee Nicole Good, Alex Preddy, and so many others, they got fired for it. And now they're saying Tulsi Gabbard is next, because Tulsi Gabbard just testified recently on behalf of no intelligence that Iran was an imminent threat to us via nuclear power, and she changed her forward that mentioned that. So there's that. And then obviously all of his comments against Kamala Harris, cheating on all 3 of his wives, his daughters, walking to underage girls' dressing rooms, grabbing by the ussy. Shall I keep going? Number 6, controlled.
No, go ahead. No, I got you. Next one.
Controlled mass media. This one's a little bit different.
That I already know. He's going after the media. Yes. He's going after comics, stand-up comics. Yeah, I got that one.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll add my points anyway. His attacks on the likes of the ABC network when it comes to Jimmy Kimmel, him taking away the access of NPR, PBS, AP News from the White House before he inevitably returned it. But even still, he's defunded PBS and other networks that show him in not so favorable light. Number 7, obsession with national security. which you can somewhat say that sounds like a good thing, but it's really not, because he just says that our national security is threatened because of A, people who think like me, and B, undocumented migrants who statistically commit an insignificant amount of crimes compared to the American civilian. Hell, even as far as to how he utilized the last alleged shooting against him. Now to get his fucking ballroom, he didn't advocate for a bill in Congress for more protection when the president is out in public at events. He said, "I want money for a ballroom."
Yeah, and he went to war without even talking to the Congress.
That is correct.
I know.
And number 8, religion and government are intertwined. He quite literally opened up a White House faith department upon taking the Oval Office in January 20th of 2025. He said that one of the biggest things missing from this country and our government is faith and religion. And while I don't mind you as a religious person having your beliefs and wanting to advocate for that, not in the federal government, where it prides itself, or used to pride itself, on the separation of church and state. Christian nationalism is running rampant in the United States since he's taken the Oval Office, despite him quite literally being a good example of the Antichrist. I have a question for you. Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Kit, are you here? If you can send me that source again, I have a wonderful source that I want you to look over in your own time. Someone did a breakdown, biblically did a breakdown of how Donald Trump resembles the Antichrist, and I think if you read it, it would scare you shitless.
Because my mother talked to me about it. My mother is very, very religious, and she's a Democrat. And she sat down and she told me about that part of what you're talking about. I don't know if it's the same as what you have there, but yeah, this is why I'm so interested in these 14 fascist points. But I'd like to say this. I'd really like to say this. Everything you said, I cannot argue. I cannot argue not one point.
Well, there are
5
more.
There's still
6 more, actually.
There's still 5 more, but let me just stop you there, and let me just say this, okay?
God bless you.
Thank you, guys.
3 days ago, my cousin just left. He's in the Marines. He's did 3 tours already, and he came to visit the family for 2 weeks. They let him out to go visit the family, and I was like an idiot. I was walking around family all there talking about Trump this and Trump. I'm a MAGA. I'm straight MAGA, and he would just look at me, just strange. 3 days ago, before he left, he called me outside. We sat down and he talked to me. And he told me, he says, "I don't know what you've heard, but I want you to do something for me." And I says, "Yeah, what is that?" And he says, "Look into fascism and then look at what Trump is doing." That's all he told me. He says, "You know what? If somebody doesn't stop him, he's going to try to take over the U.S. And there is nobody strong enough to stop him, because he's trying to get us to fight for him."
Did you know that he is trying to build his own military force separate from the United States?
I think that's what my cousin was trying to tell me.
$10 billion.
This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here, because you don't hear any of this from the other side. All the news that I listen to, Fox News and all this other, other side. They will never talk about this. I never go and listen to any other kind of, perspectives. So you just read, hell, you read more than half of this. And he is. Yeah. I just like to say something to all the MAGA that are out there, stop arguing about this bullshit, gay people and all this nonsense. You guys have to look at fascism. This is what Trump is.
Thank you guys for the
He's
follows.
trying to take over. And all this little bullshit that you guys are complaining about, it ain't gonna matter, because if he starts a war while we're voting, we're fucked.
Too late for that part. We're going to wrap this up here. Corporate power is protected. This is number 9. The industrial and business aristocracy of a fascist nation often are the ones who put the government leaders into power, creating a mutually beneficial business/government relationship and power elite. He literally aligned himself with the richest man in the world to get infinite amount of funds to help him win the 2024 election, has passed the biggest tax cuts that we've ever seen in the history of the United States, trying to replicate Reaganomics and trickle-down economics, despite the only thing that ever really trickles down is piss. He bragged in the White House after manipulating the market that it helped him and his friends get more richer. His investments into several different coins and networks. Erica actually just brought up a story earlier today in regards to giving special NVIDIA AI chips because they made a $2 million investment in a corporation that he's affiliated with.
$2 billion in World Liberty Financial, which is his coin, his meme coin stuff.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say, yeah.
His overall net worth has increased. I think it's now $3 billion, or upwards of $3 billion
shit.
of him and his family since he's taken the Oval Office in 2025. Number 10, labor power is suppressed. Donald Trump doesn't support labor unions. Elon Musk didn't support labor unions. They bragged about busting them. He thinks that they're terrible. Disdain for intellectuals and the arts. He's quite literally threatened to defund many museums, the Smithsonian specifically, because of busts that they had not only up of himself, but African American history. He specifically threatened places like Columbia University for their programs on African American, Asian, and I think it was Muslim studies. He doesn't.
Is he trying to erase the history?
Yeah, he believes that conversations about slavery are dead, that they're not teaching. Basically, his entire argument is if we talk about slavery so much, we're not moving forward, despite the fact that the Trump administration, many of his affiliates, are better yet, his Supreme Court, the 6 conservative judges that just recently voted against gutting Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, completely ignoring the reason why it came to play to begin with. That's what happens when people do not accurately know history and how we got to that act. But unfortunately, his Supreme Court justice did what they did. Number 12, obsession with crime and punishment. He literally believes that Democrats are soft on crime, despite evidence in places like Maryland, in places like some suburbs of Illinois, so on and so forth, showing that community policing actually helped, specifically in Baltimore, contribute to a 40 or 50% reduction in crime for the last couple of years. Democrats are anti aggressive punishments for small substance abuse, like having a little MJ on you, a little nugget. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden helped try to decriminalize it. Donald Trump passed an executive order to deschedule it, but that's because he's going to benefit from it in his policies. But yeah, he literally thinks that we're weak on crime simply because we ask for more reform, specifically for people who commit small offenses. Number 13, rampant cronyism and corruption. I feel like I don't have to explain that one.
That's ICE.
Yeah, it's a lot more than that. But sure, fraudulent elections. This is 14. This is the final one. Donald Trump has been running off of losing the 2020 festival for the past 6 years and has not been able to substantiate any evidence whatsoever to show that the election would have turned in his favor. Based off of this mass undocumented migrant crime. The Heritage Foundation, which helped elect him into the Oval Office, the authors of Project 2025, can only pull up no more than 70-something cases over the last 40 something years of undocumented migrants slipping through the cracks, and we caught them. We have prosecuted them. We have one of the most secure election processes in the entire fucking world. And damn it, Brett, you're late. And my question that I always ask Trump supporters who believe that election was stolen from him is, if Joe Biden was able to pass Donald Trump's votes by about 8 million in 2020, why didn't those same Democratic undocumented migrant voters show up in the 2024 election to help Kamala Harris win?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Mind you, this was 2020, when we had arguably the lowest recorded amounts of encounters in the history of the country due to Title 42. Fast forward to 2022, we hit the peak of undocumented migrant encounters specifically, not crossings, but encounters, which would be the majority of them being in the United States. So those record-breaking numbers, whether you want to say 8 million, 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, would have voted Democrat for their protection. They didn't, because that number doesn't exist. Kamala Harris lost.
Yeah.
Those are the 14 tenets.
You know, let me just say this. I've been ignorant to all this, and that's not because I didn't want to look into it. It's just to the fact that everything that I see, everything that I listen to, radio, news, it doesn't mention any of this. It keeps us in the dark. I will now say that he's trying to run. I am not MAGA no more. I'm done. I am so done. This was the last straw. This is it. I just needed to hear that, because I couldn't find where to find that at. Can you send me that somehow, or is there any way that I can look for it?
Yeah.
Where do I have to go?
You literally just Google 14 tenets of fascism. You can find it anywhere. This specific source is just
okay, tenets.
This is
Tenets.
Amazon website. You can type in 14. You can type in tenets. You can type in characteristics. Whatever. If you just type in 14 fascism, it's going to pull them up. There's several studies on it, and several descriptions, but they will all be the same. The tenets are the same. They just may word the underlying descriptions differently. Question for you: is your niece a Democrat, or I guess left leaning?
Yes.
Did your niece tell you everything I just told you?
My niece helped me look for them on the internet, and we just didn't know. I just put down dictatorship Trump, and it came out with some bullshit. I was looking for these 14 points, but my niece is 12 years old.
Got you.
But anyways, my mother talked to me about, her point on the religious side of what he's been doing. I mean, he posted something like he's Jesus Christ healing people.
That is correct.
And she showed me that on the internet. She showed me that, and I couldn't believe that. I just, there's so much that I didn't know. And all it takes is just a little looking into. But anyways, thank you very much, Hector. I'm gonna let you go. Erica, thank you. And I can honestly say I am not MAGA anymore. I'm done. I can't possibly have my grandkids come up to me and say, "You voted for this guy?" I can't. There is no way. I will regret my decision for the rest of my life if I keep supporting him.
I'll tell you what, there's very little you can do with regret if it's not followed up with action. So we're in a midterm election year. Obviously, the president isn't on the ballot. but the people who keep him in power, the people who help his agenda, are. So from your governor all the way down, whatever state you're in, you need to be looking at your general election in November. And if you still can, depending on your state, because some states have late primaries, your primary election, and vote for the people who are anti-MAGA. Sometimes that doesn't mean they're a Democrat. It can be an independent, especially on the local level. Yeah, you guys, there's a bunch of independents running here in Texas on the local level for the smaller seats. And that's just as important as your senator seat, as your governor seat. So whoever has MAGA on their title is an unapologetic Trump dick sucker. And that's not good for the country. We don't want that.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah, the more I look into it, the more I know it. It's embarrassing. It is so embarrassing. Anyways, let me ask you a question. I see that there's a blue wave going. Okay, now if you guys get so much seats, do you guys have the power to release the files?
No.
With Trump still there in office?
No. The most we can do is some subpoenas, which the likes of Pam Bondi and others can just ignore unless we take criminal action against them. There is a senator, I was just reading about this today, something Derby or something, that just introduced legislation to hold Pam Bondi on the hook for how she handled the files. Don't quote me on that, guys. I didn't fully get to read into it yet. But there are actions that are being taken in the legislative branch to get more accountability. But unfortunately, we can't get rid of Kash Patel just yet. Pam Bondi is over. The people currently presiding over these files are never going to have a release. The most we can do is kind of like what we did with the discharge petition, in which case we force a vote for the release of the files. But then there's several issues with that. The number one being the legislation wasn't strong enough or strict enough to put consequences or penalties to these administrators or the president if these files weren't released. Hence why he's able to get away with it now. We're over 130 days due, if I'm not mistaken, for the full release of the files. So the most we can do with more people, to the best of my knowledge, we do have a government accountability office, a subcommittees, that can subpoena these individuals if they write information presenting in them. We can take it up to impeaching or voting them out of their seats. But we would just need the numbers for that. And we currently don't have that right now. W's to the Jaden Raid. Thank you guys so much. W's to the Jaden Raid. I appreciate you. We're actually about to end. But W's to the Jaden Raid.
How trustworthy do you think that lady Marjorie is?
I don't think she's trustworthy in the slightest. The only thing she can be trusted to do is hate Trump.
Because she said that Trump told her not to sign that petition because it's going to hurt his friends.
No, we know that much to be true. Donald Trump on Truth Social and other mediums went as far as to say that it was a Democratic hoax, that there's a bunch of phony stuff in there, and he shitted on his own base for calling for its release. I held an entire live once, and I made a quick video actually on my profile still right now, where we were just reading comments under his Truth Social post where he talked about how it was an Epstein hoax and it was Clinton and all these different people. And his base was pissed off about it. His base was pretty mad. So
you have it on your page?
Yeah, it's somewhere. It's like early 2025 where I read some of those comments. It's kind of back there.
Okay.
But
right.
Point is, the only thing I think she could be trusted to do is to shit on Trump. But to be fair, she's going to be out the door in January. So for the most part, she'll vote alongside Democrats when it comes to the Epstein files and other things. But other than that, she won't be trusted. She can't be trusted.
So you didn't finish your advice. You told me, yeah, I can quit being a MAGA, but I have to put work in. I didn't understand what you were saying about that.
Oh, you said you regret your vote, and regretting your vote is cool, but then we would have to also vote out the people who support the Trump administration, vote in the people who are willing to impeach him to actually hold him accountable. And that's what you do this year because it's midterm elections. This is where you vote for your congressmen, your women, your city councilmen, your senators, your governors. So that to me is words infinitely more than just words and platitudes. You said you regret your vote. Cool. Now I need you to vote on behalf of that regret, because that's the only way it's useful to the entire country.
I think I'll call my mom and tell her to come pick me up when she goes votes. And we'll talk about it.
Sounds like your mother is pretty knowledgeable on a few things.
Very knowledgeable.
I would say
it's just I just didn't want to hear her out.
Start listening to her. I want you to read. How can I get this to you actually? Oh, your profile is private. I can't message you. Okay, so the article here is will links work in the chat, y'all? Or is they still acting up? Let me see if this link works in the chat. Shit. I can't get it to work. Okay, fine. So the story here is, it's called Could American Evangelicals Spot the Antichrist? In fact, let me see if I can find it. I seriously implore Christians to read this shit. If you're a Christian, you really need to read this. And this was written in 2020. So this was 6 years ago. Oh, no, we're done. We're done. Let me see if I can pull it up. Is Trump the Antichrist? And I'm going to see if it pulls up that way, where you have to use specific keywords. No, it doesn't pull up that way. Anyway, it's written by Benjamin L. Corey. If you can at least take this name down.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to follow you. I'm going to take it off of private. So later on today, send me whatever you can send me. Whenever you're not busy. How's that?
Okay. About to say, if your account's not private, I can send it to you and you can just make it back private afterwards. But yeah.
No, I that's only for MAGA. I'm done. I'm done hiding myself. If you know what I mean.
Got you.
We all do that. We all just, put our shit on private. How embarrassing. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you very much, and I appreciate your time. And you have a good night.
Appreciate you coming up in your civility, man. I'll get that source to you once I see your account up on private.
Okay. All right.
The rest of your night. Alrighty then. I have a headache. I'm hungry. We gotta go. We gots to go. Oh, and you niggas think my labor is free. That's crazy. And you niggas think my labor is free. It's cool.
You don't have no thank yous?
Stick around for sources. I can't put it in the chat for some reason. It's not letting me put it in the chat. I've seen other people use links in the chat. For some reason, I never can. So I can't even put it down there. But what I will do, for those of you in the Discord who may be unfamiliar with this, I'm going to put it in the live chat. And W's to Kit, because Kit is the one who... God bless you! We had an entire live... Thank you, Sharon. We had an entire live where we went over this, and it was crazy. So I'm no longer religious, but it's a fairly recent development, to be fair, but I'm no longer religious, and I was reading it and I remember getting like slight chills because it is concerningly accurate. Because I hear it all the time from people. Oh, Trump's the Antichrist. One thing, when you grew up religious like me in the specific sectors that I grew up in, you grew up with a lot of fear mongers, a lot of nut job people. As far as I'm concerned, we shouldn't have been here after 2012 if you were to listen to some of the people that I grew up with. But yeah, you get a lot of Jesus coming. This person is the Antichrist. This person is the Antichrist. This person, it's a common thing. But reading this fucking article that I posted in the live chat, if you're in the Discord, it's already there. Reading that article and actually like biblical similarities, like if you believe in prophecy and how he matches that shit is fucking concerning. Like if you believe there's a heaven and hell and Jesus is coming back and there's going to be an Antichrist before him, you're in trouble. Good luck to you. You're in trouble. Good luck to you. I wish you the best. because boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. With that being said, I put that name in search and he comes up. What do you mean? Like Trump when you put in Antichrist? Yeah, but I'm saying the specific article. I've never read a breakdown as good as this one here. This is Benjamin L. Corey. I'm going to put his name in the chat. How the fuck do you get the link to work? See? This is the shit I'm talking about. Amy got the link to work. I can't do that. I can't do that. But there it is. Copy and paste Amy's link right there. And if you're a Christian, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Read that shit. Read that shit. It is fucking concerning. If not, just type in Benjamin L. Corey. Benjamin L. Corey, Trump Antichrist. Benjamin L. Corey, Trump Antichrist. You will find some interesting things there. Final PSA before we go. If you guys are not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. I have the name Hector W. Share out the live with your friends and family. Repost. No, why am I telling you that? We're about to leave. Okay, I told you to follow. Clear out this last gift goal here, the boxing gloves. Let's knock those boxing gloves out before we go. And check out the links in the bio for the best ways to support the platform. We do have a new line of merch on the shop. So we have the Make 2 + 2 = 4 again line, Common with Never, and the 10 Commandments. But we also have the Hector Essentials, where I got things like 6,000%, New Testament Democrat, and other things on the shop. If you go to it and you use the discount code WeAllWin, you get 10% off your entire order. And that's hectorshops.com with 2 R's. hectorshops.com with 2 R's. Super easy. Think of Hector Talks, except replace it with shops.com with 2 R's. Also, there's going to be the social media platforms that I'm on, such as YouTube, that I'm dual streaming to right now, or Instagram, where I post the videos I put on here. They're both the exact same as well. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Emmanuel, you're in the request. I think you were accidentally requesting up earlier. If you mean to request up, let me know in the chat before I let you up, because I'm about to go. What else? Join the Discord community. We're over 700 members strong. Over 700 members strong. So join the Discord community. And of course, there's always going to be links in the bio if you want to support the stream in that way. Those of you on the YouTube side, hit the like button. At least like it on your way out. Subscribe on your way out. Thank you guys for your super chats, your super stickers, your questions, your comments, your engagement. It's all much appreciated. I'm going to end you guys first. Actually, let me see who we can raid on YouTube. Who's live on the YouTube side? Yeah, I know, Erica. I know. Let's see who we can raid. Matt or Erica? So Santana, Matt or Erica's? Matt or Santana? So Santana's doing late nights. If you guys want the debates, go to Matt. In fact, fuck Santana. We've done Santana raids. I've never done a Matt raid on YouTube, I don't think. We're gonna raid Matt. All right, the live is set to a Matt raid. Those of you on the YouTube side, so you're good to go there. Stay right here. The second I press end, it's gonna take you there automatically. In fact, greatly appreciate every last one of you for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all for tomorrow's stream. After 1:30 p.m. CST, Eric and I will be running the 21st or 22nd episode of the Fun and Fact Show. Make sure you guys tune in for that, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.